Ah. How's it going, shit? How's it going? See. Ugh. We are alive. We are alive. All right. Sorry, chat, but we're here. We're here. We're here. Chat. It's time. It's time. Oh, I gotta update the drops command. Did they announce what the drops are for yet? I don't want to be the one to spoil it. I obviously already know, but I don't want to be the spoiler. I don't want to be the spoiler of stuff. Hold up. I don't think it's up yet, so I'm not gonna be the spoiler. I don't see it, at least here in the drops thing yet. So you'll see momentarily. AT Lean, thank you for the 8-month resub. Welcome back. Lucy for the sub. Napoleon for the prime sub. Kruvu for the sub. Penguins for the tier 1. Rizzo for the Twitch Prime 2 months. And Brick for the 20-month resub. Well, I don't listen. You guys might know what the drops are. You might not. I don't know if I'm allowed to say. So, but today's stream is sponsored by Ubisoft. So thank you very much to Ubisoft / Rainbow Six Game for sponsoring the stream today. We are going to be checking out the SiegeX reveal. So yeah, pretty sick. Honestly, I've been waiting for this. So I obviously have already played SiegeX. I know everything about it. At the end of this presentation, I could tell you guys all the stuff that I know. So, pretty cool. Pretty cool. Let's see if I'm allowed to, what I'm allowed to share with you guys now, because I think there's certain things that I am allowed to share with you guys. I'm reading over this really quick. Okay. I'll update the drops command. Hold up, if I'm allowed to. Okay. I think at 1 p.m., which is in like 3 minutes, 2 minutes, is when we're allowed to start talking about some stuff. Okay. What's on, Dirk? Minute 30.
The world needs elite operators.
I think I pinged the wrong account in the title. I would agree with you, but that's the one that they told me to put. I think it's because the socials for Rainbow Six are at Rainbow Six Game. I think that's why. I literally copied and pasted it, like, letter for letter, out of, like, the document that they had me do, so, that they sent me, so. Trust me. I should probably bring that up to them, honestly. right. And Darkwing Duck, thank you for the 71-month resub. Welcome back.
Join Rainbow.
71 months of extreme salt. Yeah, here it is. Can you guys hear this okay, or should I turn it up more? A little bit higher, maybe?
The day is finally here.
Oh, she voices Ash. I'm pretty sure.
And the time has almost come for you to see the next evolution of Rainbow Six Siege.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. This is one
Welcome
event where I really wanted
the
to go to because of
SiegeX
how
Showcase.
sick the venue looks. You want it to be higher? Should the volume be higher?
My name is Patricia Somerset,
Or is this
and
good?
today I am here with a champion-tiered squad of developers, casters, and creators to show you what SiegeX is all about. You can think of me as a squad leader. Shouldn't be
Okay,
too much
hold
of a
up one
stretch.
sec.
As the voice of Ash, I'm used to delivering commanding lines. So how about this one?
All right, better?
All right, operators. You've trained for this. You're ready for this. The mission
He is
starts
breakdancing his rope.
now.
Dude, they did a crazy job with the stage. Bro, what? He just-
48 of your favorite content creators
He just
have
blew up the
assembled here in
stage.
Atlanta to usher in an explosive
should've-
new era of Siege. Folks, this is the SiegeX Showcase. We'll be starting off showing those content creators. First up was Team Skittles. Team Meaty Marley will join next, and get loud for your favorite content creators.
We got a lot of familiar faces on that roster alone, what we even previously saw from Team Skittles, so I'm excited to see what we got through and through to see the rest of these teams.
There are a lot of Brazilian content creators that you might be familiar with. It's Team Raza up next.
Got Team Brazil mixing with a little bit from all around the globe.
Bro, Team Brazil's gonna be
Team
tough to
Pestil's
beat.
going to join them next, walking out of the large X. I'm going to be honest, I know there's a lot of you here. You got to be louder than that. Come on.
You know, we just talked.
He is
Better.
breakdancing
We just
his
talked about
rope.
Team Brazil. Now we got Team
It's Wade. Thank you very much for the sub.
coming through.
There's a lot of players that'll be coming out, 48 in total. Some familiar faces, some newer
there's Cross.
to our scene, but I mean, hey, it's
Mr.
a
Cross
new era
Archon.
for our game. Team Spoit is up next.
No, we've talked about spoiler.
Oh,
a lot,
that
but
team
there's
is
some
probably gonna
phenomenal
win,
controller players
honestly.
coming from that Xbox scene here.
That team's probably the
controller player,
winning
by the way,
team.
There's a bunch of them on Stable Ronaldo, the next team walking out.
You know, I saw Kiki warming up. She's looking strong, but they also have Frankie there, Diamond 1.
Oh, hold on this first.
Some familiar faces that you might recognize of this group walking out. The next is Team Lacey.
Very big names coming alive right there as we see one of our own right there with Uzi. That's my boy.
Uzi should be a familiar face for those of you that follow along online. And Team Pengu, a team of names that you've seen and heard before, but I think that's the controller players you were talking about.
Yeah, I think you're right. I don't see Pangu just yet.
I don't see Pengu. I used to work with him. You used to play against him. My name's Intero. I'm joined by Laxing. We've been long-standing members of this community, and we are happy to welcome you in to what might be the most exciting thing we've ever done in Siege. On the left side of your screen, this side, because we're mirrored, you're going to see what we're getting up to today. We're going to be starting off with a new game mode. You heard it here. Not just Siege, but something brand
that's
new.
pretty cool.
After that, we're going to talk about updates.
We got
to the
Mr.
core of
Parker.
Siege, the game that we know
We got
and love,
Mr.
and have spent
Parker.
much of the last 10 years playing. And then how about we finish off by showing those changes in action in SiegeX in a 5v5 show match.
Honestly, Parker, I am so excited to say the least. I don't know which one I'm more excited for. There's so much that we are going to be showing and exploring. And again, I am just absolutely thrilled to be here with you.
We've got to run a tight ship, so
Dude,
both of us are talkers.
it's so
we're
funny
gonna have
because
to be
there's like
a little bit brief.
look
But
at
before we
the
get into action,
comparison
I'm gonna
here.
need your help.
Okay.
Do me a favor.
Look
Connect
at
your
Intero's
Ubisoft
shoes.
Connect and
Dirty.
Twitch accounts, because later on in the day we'll be announcing a very
Look at these shoes.
special drop for
Crispy,
everybody
clean
that's
white.
watching through either this
Look at
stream
this
or
hair.
one of our partnered
Homeless.
streams. But before we
Look at
unveil
this
what it is,
hair.
make sure your Ubisoft
Perfectly
Connect and
defined,
Twitch accounts
okay?
are linked together.
Look at this
I, as
beard.
well,
Perfectly
am
lined
very
up. Look at this beard.
I
Disheveled.
think that's the only way to put it, and put the emphasis
Disheveled.
on the X.
Yeah. It's going to be a quick day today. It's going to fly by like no tomorrow. And there's a lot to unveil. Of course, a new game mode is something that will surprise people. I think that the updates to the game are going to be pretty spectacular as
Bruco
well.
MB,
But
thank you for the
enough
7-month
from us.
resub. Welcome
How
back.
about we send it to two of the greatest minds at Ubisoft?
Bro, tell
who
me
have
that
helped
Intero
make
does not
SiegeX
actually look
possible,
homeless here.
Alex and Joshua.
Please tell me that Intero does not look homeless here. Alexander Karpasas and Joshua Mills. Oh, thank you very much, Warlock Jester, for
First
the
of all,
prime.
he is breakdancing.
Let's hear for Ash.
FTB Sad, thank you for 35 months. Hey, KG, if
I
the kids
mean,
away for
Patricia,
good. CJX
but
might
it's
bring
amazing
back. I'm
to
excited
have
for
the
Siege
voice
like the
of
first
Ash
time
here
playing.
today
Yep.
with us. Welcome to the showcase. My name is Alex Karpazis, creative director of Siege, and today is the day we finally unveil SiegeX.
He is breakdancing.
Saucy Paws, they
And
dropped
I'm
16 months.
Joshua Mills, game director. After 3 years of work, the wait is over. And we're taking the core Siege experience to the next level.
We have a ton of details to share with you.
So I
about
can
how
tell you guys
Siege
now
is
what I went. I mean,
evolving with
this
exciting
embargo ended a
updates
while
like
ago, but
modernized maps, an audio overhaul, advanced rappel, and much, much more. In a few minutes, you will see live gameplay of those changes. But before that, we have a very first SiegeX trailer to share with you. This is the new era of Siege.
I'm sticking my tongue out. Dude, this is exciting. I got to play this already. Have I met those two men? Yes, I know them both, like, very well, actually. Bro. You guys liking what you're seeing? What happened with those guns? That was a different perspective. I don't know. Maybe it's just a trailer. Maybe it's not. Who knows? There it is.
That's a lot to take in. That's why
They just
over the next
showed
few
it.
hours, we'll cover all of it. We have 48 content creators around us getting set up right now with 4 live matches. And if you're quick with the math,
you catch what the
then
drops
you've
are?
noticed that something quite doesn't add up. That's because they will be playing our brand new 6 versus 6 game mode, the first permanent new game mode since the launch of Siege. We've taken the strategy, teamwork, high-stakes gameplay that make Rainbow Six Siege so special and built a completely new game mode that's designed to push the limits of what Siege can be.
Someone's phone is going
Get
off.
ready for strategic plays, unexpected twists, and all-out action. This is Dual Front.
Dual Front is the culmination of years of hard work by our incredibly dedicated and talented team. They explored many different avenues and experimented with expanding the very core of Siege. In the end, the process came down to asking ourselves a very simple question. What if? What if we could expand the size of squads and have attackers and defenders work together? What if we
They are
had one
technically on the
persistent
same
round
team.
to settle the outcome of a match with less downtime? What if we could expand the narrative and universe in-game seasonally? What if? One of the answers to these questions was to design a brand new, ever-evolving map where the action takes place. Welcome to District.
Dude, this map is like sick to play. Like I said, I only played on it a little bit, but it's massive. Massive. I mean, this is all one map that you're seeing. This is not 2 maps, or 3 maps, or 5 maps. Well, this map fits well for what it is. You'll see. Oh, dude, that's crazy. They had Woodward. I didn't even notice that. I saw Woodward Avenue. That's like the first, I think, like paved road in the United States. It's in Detroit. Suburbs. Well, yeah, it goes to Detroit as well.
District is a new map created exclusively for Dual Front and built to change with ongoing updates. This map is uniquely designed to support the exciting gameplay of Dual Front and create new possibilities we've never seen before in Siege. Let's break it down. 2 symmetrical fronts, each featuring 3 sectors, set up the main framework of the map. Teams must capture one front while simultaneously defending the other as they work their way deeper and deeper into enemy territory. The ultimate goal? Reach the final sector and destroy the prototype in the enemy's HQ. The map's layout balances open areas.
So you see what I'm saying?
Points
Why it fits for the big
and
maps?
adaptability. Oh, and when I say open areas, this also includes outside. Players will now be able to move between indoor and outdoor spaces, extending their defenses beyond the walls of the building and setting up for some devastating ambushes. So if you don't
This map
know,
is massive. It's the size of like 5 maps.
if the enemy does catch you off guard and eliminates you, you will be able to return to the fight as your currently selected operator or select a different operator for a tactical adjustment. Success hinges on balancing offense, defense, and team composition while seizing every opportunity to lead your team to victory. Which brings us to the neutral sector, a central area where a time-limited assignment will offer you the chance to shift the momentum of battle. Here's a preview of our first seasonal assignment.
So for this one, so basically there's different modes within the game mode that are like side missions basically. It is really weird walking outside as a defender and not getting detected. There's also some other stuff that I'll show you guys momentarily. Like, I'll wait till the reveal for it, but there's some pretty cool features with that. So you can see there's like a hostage mode. There's like there's a whole the bad aim clips were all me. Okay, bro, that's actually just straight hating.
The neutral sector is a high-stakes conflict zone where bold plays lead to game-changing rewards. Players can tackle the time-limited assignment that will grant valuable bonuses. It's important to keep in mind that taking this risk means leaving key positions open, as every operator participating in the assignment is one less operator in your attack or defense frontline. The race to secure these objectives is intense, and success in the neutral sector can tip the scales of victory. making it a battleground where split-second decisions and daring strategies can define the match. With each new season, players can expect a new assignment in Dual Front. This means new narrative, gameplay, and neutral sector map updates.
Dual Front was built from the ground up to use the strengths of Siege, while adding new twists. If you're new to Siege, this is a perfect game mode to play. Everyone is on a level playing field with a single new map to learn. There's also a limited operator pool, allowing players to focus on a smaller roster. We will be changing the operators in this pool twice a season, so that a new exciting meta
Did
is
they
just around
announce
the
an
corner.
engine update?
Finally, we all
I don't know if
that
that's
every life
like
is a
what they're
lesson.
announcing. Have they
Respawn
announced?
is an
Yeah, I didn't
important
see
part
that
of
yet.
this mode, allowing players to experiment
So we'll
and
see.
learn
It could
through
be
play.
there. It could not be there.
You
We'll
can
see.
join the closed beta later today on PC and current-gen consoles.
So there it is. You can play SiegeX today, chat. You can play SiegeX
Your
today.
feedback will help us release the best experience for SiegeX.
Now that you know what Dual Front is,
So,
it's
Willies,
time to see it in
So if you
action.
want to play SiegeX
Let's
today,
kick it over.
watch the stream, and you'll get a drop for a key, and you can play
Let's
today.
kick it over to our legendary casters and see your favorite creators exploring and discovering all Dual Front has to offer right now.
Thank you so very much. The new permanent game mode that we were sworn to secrecy on, we couldn't talk about it. They said, you're not allowed to. And we
That's
said,
true.
Okay, you know what? I want to hear how loud you can get. Now, remember when I said that there would be a surprise later on? Joshua just told you straight up, you can play Dual Front today. All you need to do is connect your
Real.
Ubisoft Connect and Twitch accounts.
And watch
and
me,
then watch
King
about
George.
30 minutes either on this stream or on one of the partnered streams, and you will get a Twitch drop of a beta code to try Dual Front. Servers go live when we wrap up here, so in just a couple
So when the show's
hours.
done, you get a code and you
it'll
can
be
start
available
playing.
on PC and current gen consoles.
There you go.
Kind
Sun
of sucks for
Syndrome.
people in the audience that you don't get to play, huh? Yeah, well, that's okay.
You know,
Don't boo me. You're excited. Hey, hey, hey. But how excited are you for Dual Front? How excited are you for that, what looked like a weapon inspection?
Could
They
it
got
have been?
very, very loud.
I mean, respectfully so. You know, we finally now can inspect it. But I mean, for Dual Front specifically, I did get to try it. And I'm jealous that they get to play it now, and I got to sit here and talk about it because I truly had so much fun within that time frame that I was able to play. You didn't get to play it.
I didn't get
So
to play
you
it.
Still don't know what it's like.
I have
but
no idea.
Truthfully, it's
Let's
a
be
wonderful
honest.
Would you say you were...
Let's be honest. Do you want
excited?
Intero playing
I
and
was
giving
more than
feedback
excited.
on any
Wonderful.
game mode?
We've got 48
Let's be real,
content
you
creators
do
here
not.
to take us through Dual Front, and in just a moment, we'll be getting into the game. And honestly, because I haven't played it, am just as eager to see it in action as all of you are. We'll be going through how the actual objectives progress. How does that neutral sector actually work? What are the rewards that they get? And how does the matchup ebb and flow? And the one thing that I am most particularly looking forward to is you and I first started playing Siege in year one. We have got to see this game grow from the very beginning. And if you go back and you look at Siege as a regular game, the way that it was played back in 2016 is very different from the way it's played now. I have no doubt that Dual Front is going to function the same way. Now, in just a couple seconds, we'll intro our very first set of teams, and it will be fascinating to see how they tackle our newest permanent game mode in SiegeX. What are your
You
expectations
can play on
before we get
console
into
too?
the match?
Yeah,
To be
on
honest,
current gen
there's-
consoles.
There's no expectations that can be met, truthfully, because this is a new game mode. This is an undeveloped area where people are going to be figuring out. We're going to be understanding what it's going to look like, what we can see.
Team
So we get
Lacey
to
and
see
Team
them
Stable
play
Ronaldo
first.
will be the
Spacey,
first
thank you, the
set of
89
teams.
month
We
resub.
are in
Welcome
the
back. Very
operator
much
selection
appreciated.
phase, seconds out from the first look at Dual Front. Operators are locked in. Are you ready for the next era of Siege? Folks, let's get
Sid
underway
Lee,
with
the
our
trap
first
sub.
matchup of dual front.
So this is already super unique. You know, when you start, you have the 6 operators that you are choosing from. I believe, if I'm not wrong, you will always be at the front, so you can always feel like you are the leader in this scenario, leading your team. But again, what's so unique about this is when you think about Siege as a whole, it's always been 5v5. Now you are adding that key element of bringing a 6th player onto that squad, which allows so many different ways to approach Siege and how you want to play it. And again, another big thing is you can mesh attackers with defenders.
Now, while you had some hands-on experience, and you are a former pro player and a former world champion, it's not your expertise that we're going to lean on here, Gabe. We have brought up both Alex and Josh from the keynote to help
Yeah, well,
us
there's like some
understand
pretty
the way that
experienced
this works.
Siege
Gentlemen,
players,
first things first.
and
What a day.
they are probably going to straight
I
up
think you were
slaughter
prepared for the audience
these
to
other
get loud, but
players.
would you say you were a little caught off guard with the enthusiasm that we're seeing?
I mean, we've been waiting for this moment for 3 years now, so, and we're still not prepared for it.
I mean, yeah,
This
there's
is really
literally like
exciting.
Uzi on the enemy
Teams worked
team.
hard to win this, and now
Who
we get to
else
see
is
it
on
live.
here?
Yeah, like, I mean, it's always a reaction, right? You hear the people, you get to experience that full hand, and it feels so awesome to finally
Yeah,
be talking
Uzi
about
is
this.
probably going to annihilate
Now,
all of these people,
The way that you
realistically.
conceptualize this game
So
mode
far, none of
being
these
played
people,
might differ from what we see today.
I don't believe
But
any of
is
these
it
people
fair to
actually
say,
play
Alex,
Siege
that
like regularly.
You're expecting players to
Okay.
literally problem
Well,
solve
no,
as
it's
it
okay.
goes
So
along,
it's
and that
Sypho
there
and
isn't really
Uzi
a
together. Both of
defined
them play
correct
Siege
way to
every
play
day
based on
against
when you
a stack of people
I
who
mean,
have
we've
like
been
I don't think
testing
play
this
Siege
for
at all.
over a year now.
It's
and
gonna
we're
be
still
a
learning new
bloodbath.
things, new combinations of operators. This is the first time we're taking attackers and defenders together on the same team, but we're keeping that attack and defend philosophy alive, where you have one lane, one front to push, and one front to defend. So yeah, it's all new.
Well, and as I was saying,
Okay,
you know,
Frankie
the key element
plays.
of adding a 6th player to that squad. I mean, Siege for the past 10 years has been 5. I mean, what was the decision to bring that extra element of surprise and putting a 6th member onto that roster?
Well, one of the big goals we had with Dual Front is to actually make Siege more approachable. So, and one of the ways of doing that is to kind of lower that social pressure of having to, if you die in a 5v5, 4v5, that's a big detriment to your team. So,
Well,
in
we'll
66,
see.
You actually get to carry that weight a little
You
bit
don't
more
have to
evenly.
play this game
Additionally,
mode. The
obviously,
regular
respawn's gonna
5v5
help
game
with
mode
that
is
and
still
make
out.
people
So if
feel
you
more comfortable
do not
playing
like
over
it
time.
for whatever reason,
But
you
that's
don't have to
definitely
play
a
it.
driving force there.
I just want to touch on something
Having
here, and
played
don't
it, I
mean to
did
interrupt
enjoy
you,
it when
but
I played
we've got
it.
our first objective at play.
Granted, I
What
only
would you like to
played
take us through
this for a
what
limited
exactly
amount
is
of
happening in
time.
the game right now?
Yeah, so the attacking team has actually planted the diffuser, and now we have actual segments to the diffuser timer. So if the defending team comes in and deactivates it, it might save a bit of the progress that they achieved there. And this is one of 3 objectives.
Yeah,
that
the
they have
OG
to secure.
gameplay is still there, chat.
That would explain.
So if you
why
do
we
not
have the
want to
3
play this game
segments
mode,
on the
you don't
diffuser.
have to.
So if you stop it, it'll go back to the last tick, if we want to call it that.
That's right.
I don't
And
know.
then
This is
you
supposed to
basically
be like
pause
a
it. So it
real
functions very similarly to regular Siege
game
in the
mode
sense that
that's
you
like
have to control the
regularly
objective, you have to
played.
get that diffuser planted.
And
So
and
I don't know
also
if they have
talk about,
plans
you
to
know,
like put ranked in it
regardless of this being a brand new
and
game
stuff
mode,
like that. But I mean,
this
if there's like
is more
ranked,
value what Siege has always been in terms of that tactical prowess and what you can do within Siege. And I think being able to bring attackers with defenders can really set up that strategical stand.
why is Uzi
even
teabagging
more
people that
in-depth
don't
than
even
what
play?
we've
I
seen
don't
in
know.
droughts.
I mean, that's the magic of it. As when you're playing this, you have to go on the attack. You get the attack, and then you got to go into the defense within the same lane. So it varies up what you're able to do there. Like bringing a nomad on attack. Obviously, we've done that.
He probably
1,000
should not
times,
be
but putting her in
teabagging,
the
to
defense
be
and making for the
honest.
post plant, it's all about that.
It's almost like they're fighting on dual fronts.
And now
So
we
there's
see
like
that
multiple
the
points.
other
You guys
team
see
has
there's a
planted
mini
the
map
diffuser
up
as well.
top.
So
Oh, there's
both are
Frankie.
active at the same time. Teams have to regroup, and understand how they can recapture the site now
true.
that the plant's gone down.
The red team succeeded, it looks like, in their very first capture. So now what happens?
He is breakdancing as well.
Is Uzi going to get it?
Yeah.
They've already lost 1 tick, as you talked about.
Yep.
and it'll roll back. So like that progress they earned and they fought for, they get to keep, but they didn't get all the way for the next sector of the actual objective, so that's lost.
And what I'm seeing now with the front A team, they have that first one secured. Now that timer is going. So essentially, does that now force them to now play the defense?
Yeah,
wait for that
I don't
next
think
sector
most
to
of these
open
people
up,
play
and
Siege.
then make that transition.
Well,
with that
Frankie
rotation?
does.
Yeah,
I know
that beat
Kiki
there is actually
does
leading into
a
essentially a
bit.
prep phase for that new sector. So our attackers in that lane are going into prep, using their drones, looking forward, or they could rotate in through the neutral sector over to defense and help shore up your own defense.
Now, I do want to ask you guys, because you've obviously had some time playing through it, what is your ideal lineup that you've ran the most, that you've
So
experimented
the one
with,
thing
the
that's
absolute
kind of
most,
crazy
whether
on
that's
this is
the defensive
I
side
think when
or
you're
the attacking
down,
side.
They're bouncing.
I think you have like
They're just very excited to play the game.
I think you have like 100
It's
HP when
amazing
you're
running
down.
Nomad on defense.
I don't know if it's still
is
like a
like
thing.
you've never
Maybe
experienced
people were
it
just
before,
tanky
and
when they
just
were
doing
down,
that
and
is
maybe they
amazing.
don't actually have
I'll say,
100
you'll
health
never
when they're
hear
down.
anything coming from me in terms of Nomad with how much I love Nomad. I think Parker knows that as much as well. I played flank watch aggressively, so the fact that you can use those air jabs on defense to get
Dude,
those
doesn't
down,
RDC, they have those like
quick
hilarious
reaction
skits.
to net one of those
Right?
eliminations. I mean,
Like obviously
Nomad's
that's like
massive.
their
I mean, Gabe,
gaming
when you
channel.
played professionally,
But
if there
RDC
was a
is like
spot on
those
a map
dude,
to be
those
as
those are
far
those
away
like
from the action
hilarious
as
skits
possible,
where
you
they
were
do
there.
like the
Absolutely. So you would've
like the
loved
Chick-fil-A
110%
Popeye skits, right?
find
Isn't
me
that the
at
same? Is
neutral
am I thinking of the same
sector, where I
people?
am not going to be in the thick of it, but I am going to be trying to lurk
Bro,
my
those
way
videos
through and see
actually
what is
like
open
have
and
me
what isn't.
rolling.
Now, one thing that you mentioned while talking about the game was that you're
They're
gonna be
actually
swapping up the
hilarious if you
operators
guys haven't
twice a
seen 'em.
season. Now,
They're so
what's the thought
funny,
process
dude.
behind which operators you bring in, which operators you bring out, and will it be a full-scale swap? Are we talking every operator is gone, or are you just going to bring in a couple and remove maybe some?
They're like
particularly
Chick-fil-A
strong or weak
Popeye
ops?
skits are genuinely
One of the
like
big things is we want to make sure that the
like
pathfinders that are
hilarious.
earned through our newcomer
I don't think he
challenges
knows
are
what
gonna be
he has a
available at
goo
all
in his
times.
leg.
Again, like you always want to be
I
able
think
to have
Uzi's gonna
some
have
of your
like
ops to be
50
able to play,
kills by the
but
end of
outside
this.
that, we're going to be almost doing kind of like
By
a
the way,
crafted
you guys
meta
are saying
or
that you
ideas
think
around
that,
it. We put a lot of hard breach up. Maybe we put a lot
You
of
guys
craft,
think
maybe we
that
remove both.
defenders
And see
are
what happens
not
now.
good
Like,
in
what
this
can you
game
do
mode?
if
They
you don't
are
have
still very
electricity
good.
available to you?
In
What can
fact,
you
I
do
would
if
actually
you don't
argue
have,
that
like,
Smoke is
full-on barrier
literally,
denial and
I
so on
think,
and
the
so
best
So I don't
operator
think
in
this
this
was
game
mentioned by
mode.
you guys, but what I am noticing is I'm looking at the characters, the utility. It's regenerating.
Yeah. This
See how
is
tanky
a
people
way
are
that
when
we
they're
can
down?
actually balance the operators over a long period of time. We're talking rounds are lasting about 20, 15, 20
It's all the
minutes.
same as the main
So you
game
can
for the
actually stack
operators.
quite a bit of utility if you don't have this new system, and the team worked really hard on that.
Okay, well, follow up
Right,
with that.
Smoke
So
is
are you
insane
saying
for
that
both
Capcan
defending
can
and
essentially lay
attacking on
down
this game mode.
6, 7
Plus the
traps at a
shotgun,
time?
because there's a lot of like small-ish
So one of the things
rooms.
about the regenerative gadgets is that you can deploy based on the max that's been determined for dual front. So some of those values may differ from the core Siege experience, but additionally, whatever your last place gadget was, if you place a new one, it'll destroy that one and then move forward, just to make sure things are.
So having played this game
You're
mode
telling
a
me I
fair
can't put down
amount,
20 Capcan traps and just
I-
sabotage the whole
Yeah, I
map?
mean,
I
ago,
I like this game mode. I think it's fun. Is it going to replace regular ranked for me?
I'm glad
Absolutely
you
not.
said that because I was thinking, I was like, what if someone just brings
I
Mira
will
and just
probably
lays
just
down
still
a
mostly
lot
play
of windows
ranked,
and then immediately transitions off of that
like
to
regular
different
Siege
operations.
ranked, right? Like
I'm thinking
5v5
of Maestro.
bomb.
You just swap evil eye games over and
But
over and over again. You got
this is a nice
laser
game
We
mode
already thought of that. So if you're using your
to burn
operator,
to burn
the
time on,
operator you were
and
previously, all their gadgets disappear.
if this
And then
if this
you're
game
jumping
mode has
back
a
in with
rank,
the
I
new
would actually
operator
probably
to do a
consider
new
playing it a
strategy.
decent amount.
Additionally, you can actually
But we'll
see
see.
as operators are being swapped out and respawning, they go back to being unknown because we don't know who's coming up. in
Yeah,
that lineup
I'll still
again.
probably
So that's
mostly
another
just
thing
play
we'll have to
normal
adapt to
like
as we're on the
5v5
field.
bomb Siege, but it is
I'm not a
cool.
developer. I don't balance this game.
This is also
I
the
can
very
only
beginning.
imagine
There's a lot more
how
to this
tricky it has
reveal,
been
so
to find a way to make everything work. But before we get there, one of the beautiful things about having all these content creators in person is that we get to hear from them live in action. Patricia has an interview ready for
honestly,
us. down
I'm
the
literally rooting for RDC just
Thank you, guys.
because their
I am
videos are
here
so
with
hilarious.
Skittles, how you doing?
Doing great.
Skittles, I would love to get your first impressions of SiegeX. How you feeling about it right now?
I'm absorbing everything. This is a completely new game. We got a big map, more operators. Like it's insane. I'm just trying to take everything in right now, basically.
Yo,
I can imagine. Are there any particular things that you're focusing on or interested in
there's
seeing
Macy,
in terms
and
of the
Ice
new
Cold.
updates?
I'm just really excited about the gun inspection. After 10 years, we finally got that, and oh my god, all the skins we have now, it's so worth it. It's so cool.
Very cool. Well, I won't take too much of your time, get you back to playing. Thank you so much.
Skittles does a lot of YouTube work, and I know that the weapon inspect element will be excellent for thumbnails. So
I was
that
actually
will
thinking
make
of
it a
that
lot
as
easier
well,
for content
dude.
creators to advertise their stuff.
I
Let's
have
dive into the next
crazy
matchup
ass
that's happening
skins,
at
and
the
if there's a
same time,
weapon
and it's a little
inspect
bit of the
element,
old versus the
I could
the
use that for
present, one could say.
thumbnails.
A former two-time world champion of Pengu versus a current major champion
Can't wait.
of Spoit.
Tennel,
as it's
I'll
Team
get
Pengu
you
versus
some
Team
good
Spoit,
screenshots
and
over
there's a
Coastline.
competitive mindset between these two
You know
teams
the
that
quintessential,
is, maybe I would say
the
unlike
quintessential
a lot of the
shot.
other matchups we'll have
Okay.
today.
I mean, how competitive can it be?
I've got I have every glacier in the game. I have every black ice. I have every event skin. I have all of the. I have all the
I'm fascinated
in-person
in the way that
event
this mode is gonna be
skins.
approached, right? Because Siege
So,
casts such a
for most
wide
of them, I guess there's a few that
There
I'm
are people
missing.
who are going to
But
play it on PC. There are people who are going to play it on console. There are people who are going to play it in casual.
Tips on
people
selling
who
in the
only play
marketplace?
ranked.
Oh, yeah, I
And
gotta
then
buy more stuff
you've
on the
got people who are playing
marketplace.
on high-end gaming PCs. And people are just sitting at home, playing on their couch, listening to music, playing
bro, this
casually
team
with
is
some
so
friends.
stacked.
And when you look at a mode like Dual
I think
Front,
it's
you
like
think it's the type of
Spoit,
game mode that can catch
like
all of
Ice
those
Cold, I
players and
think. No, I
provide
think it's
a
like
compelling
I forgot it was on
experience
this
for each
team. It's like
Yeah, when we're
Spoit.
talking about dual front,
I
first
think
of
Ice
all,
Cold's on this team
Siege
too.
is challenging.
Look, you could
That's
run.
in our
Look,
DNA.
you see that?
We'll never change that.
You could run
But
around the
dual
corner
front
of a
makes it more
wall while
accessible.
sprinting. You don't have to
can
get off
respawn,
rappel.
You can repick your operators. You have more players
see
on
that?
the table, so you can try out new things. So all
You
of
could
this adds
run
up to
around
a
the
game
corner.
mode that honestly everybody's at the same level on the ground floor, and they're able to jump in and have immediate impact.
So I was going to follow up with, I mean, we obviously talk
Bro,
about
this
casual
team
games,
is
but
so
from a
crazy
competitive background,
stacked.
I absolutely do love the approach here, especially as we do know, Siege is a very
Repel,
complex game.
trick
It's
shots
so
incoming.
unique, So fun when you can actually learn it. But what I really like about
You don't
Siege
like the
specifically
update.
is it's
Try
symmetrical.
boarding consoles
It
from
does
Call of Duty
really
be
allow
added.
you learn from one end to
This
the
is
other
just a
of
new
actually
game
the
mode.
basic
My
functionality
thoughts
of how
are
Siege
on this
is
game
played.
mode is that it's being used to
So you're not getting
get
into
players
your
from other
play
games that are
and
never going to play 5v5.
So then you bring that into the other maps. And then I did also
I think the game mode is fun, but the key thing here is to pay attention to things that are happening in the game right now. Like, did you see Spoit just running on Repel?
As the game
It's
continues to go
Pengu.
further on. So
You
I
see
do
Spoit running on
genuinely
Repel?
think this is a
That
great
works
approach, not
in
only
regular
for
5v5 bomb
most
ranked.
importantly, also for casual.
Also,
very
when you're
excited to see the way
repelling,
that it
I think we
shakes
saw
out.
somebody do it a minute ago, so we could
Have
talk
you two
about it.
noticed anything that's happening
When you're
at
repelling
this
and you're
current point in
ADS, you
time
repel
that has
super
caught your
slowly.
eye that you maybe weren't expecting
So you
at the
can't like
tests you've done
repel
over the
head
last
glitch
year or
anymore.
Well, I mean,
Or
I
at
saw
least
someone
not
do a
very
breach
easily.
I literally have never seen someone do, like, in all our playtests, breaching
It's,
in onto the
I'm
stairs
actually
of the
really
second
happy
sector.
about that.
Like, that side of the site, like, I don't
See?
usually
Watch,
people,
you'll see-
like,
see when-
pushing through
see
there.
when
They
he's, like,
usually push from
moving?
top
Let's
floor
see. Or when
walk up
Ann
the
is
stairs,
moving?
but never breach the wall and jump right into the stairs. So that's kind of the
Okay,
magic
you'll
of the
see.
map, right? So.
We've got another
It's actually
interview
really
ready
good,
from
dude.
TikTok to Twitch, and now here in Atlanta, we've got
I don't
Titanium
like
Roller
I
down
said,
on the
even
stage
if you
with
don't
Patricia.
care about this game mode at all,
Thanks, guys.
whatsoever, pay attention to the mechanics that are here. It's like
You're-
the
you've
mechanics
got
that
us
are
all.
here are a huge net
I am here
positive
now with
on
Titanium
yeah, you could
Rolo.
repel on defense with Doc. But
How you
it's,
doing today,
it's a
Rolo?
huge net positive on the rest of the game.
Oh, wonderful, especially now
Like
that
there's
I'm with
just
you
so many
here.
like quality of life
Oh,
things that
like
are in
fast
here.
friends. I wanted to ask you, what do you think about the neutral zone in the middle of the map?
So I think the neutral zone is actually really crucial, and I think that
You could sprint
from the
while
times that we've
repelling,
played
and you
it,
could
we've
run
not
around
focused
corners.
on it enough. There's so much focus on either attacking a base or defending a base, but actually so many people go to the neutral zone that if you manage to get control of it, then you can kind of completely control the flow of the map, and I think it's going to be way more crucial than we've given credit for it. And I'm also hoping, since I like Easter eggs, I'll find a couple of Easter eggs around there
Your
too.
concerns that the
I
mode
wish
gets
so
caught
many
level
Easter eggs for
popularity,
you.
Ubi will commercialize it with
Thanks
pay
for
to
your time. I'll
win.
let you get back to playing.
I don't know.
Pleasure.
I mean,
Thank you, Patricia.
for me,
Yeah,
I don't
Easter
care
eggs
how
are
hard they
hidden in all of the
monetize.
maps, by the way, are we going to see any in Dual Front? Do you want to?
I do not care. how hard they
Definitely first
monetize
jump
cosmetics.
into the beta.
I really do
Check it
not
out
care.
yourself. Find
I
them
just
because
care
we have hidden some stuff around the map.
that
And for a reminder,
they
for
don't
those
make
of you, we're gonna
actual
say
pay to
this a
win
lot, I
stuff.
apologize
Which
if I
so
sound like a
far
broken
I've
record.
not seen that
But the thing is
anywhere.
that the more I remind you that maybe you might actually be able to get to the game yourself, we are doing beta code access for Dual Front that is on right now. Once we are done with the showcase, you will be able to play Dual Front, providing you link your Ubisoft Connect and Twitch accounts, and then watch either this stream or one of our partnered streams. You will get the code after about a half hour or so, and you can start playing this game mode later today. I don't want to know what he's... Oh.
Jeez. So as a status update in the match, right now, both teams are trying to capture the second sector. And actually, I think Beta team just lost theirs. But there's an assignment that's coming into the map. That's the neutral zone. We'll have a new objective that everybody has to
So this
jump
is the
into.
extra objective,
And we have to grab
the
a
neutral
hostage.
zone.
So while up to this point, it's been like the typical quote-unquote
You don't think
siege where
this
you have
mode
to
will
get the
survive
case
a
down.
few weeks?
Now we're going back to the old ways.
Even if
of
it
the
doesn't-
hostage being involved.
Yeah, and not only just that, but the
I
hostage
care
is
about the
Dope
rest of
Baby.
the stuff that's out.
Because
I do like
she
this
won-
new
we
game
lost her
mode,
at the end of the
but the
stuff
rest
on
of the
her
stuff
for
that's
event.
coming to the
So
game is
this
what's
is where that narrative starts coming in when we talk
really
about
awesome.
seasonal update that way.
I want to say, so when you grab the hostage here, if I'm not mistaken, you have to bring it to the other side, the enemy
Wow, Pisty.
side. So what they're
Miss-
Anna's
Mr.
already doing
Priest.
this wrong. She brought it to
Can
her,
you peek me?
I
I can
believe,
heal you.
thinking that they are going to get that extraction, but they actually need to bring it to the opposite side and make it far more challenging than just as simple as, let's just bring it back to us.
Yeah, exactly. It used to be like you can see as soon as it got, the hostage got picked up there, the icon shows up to show you where the extraction.
I am
point
happy
is
to
for
talk
you.
about this,
And the
yeah.
helicopters are coming in the next 30 seconds, and that, oh man, like again, we're talking about audio and all everything. Hearing helicopters come in
Yeah.
during a siege match, oh, get your heart pumping.
Well, I want to say,
Don't board it though.
I want to say, me and you actually went through this moment together when we were testing this out the other day, and it is when you were talking about the heart thumping, and especially like let's acknowledge you can play outside now. Like that is a huge thing that needs to be acknowledged. You don't have a timer letting you know you're going to be shown. I mean, again, these operators, that is just evolving a meta right there. All the shields. you're
Joke
seeing,
is the
Castle
hostage,
castling
yep.
off a door
Castle
outside? What am I
Yeah,
watching?
Exactly. But no, like I was saying, back to that, it is very intense when you have to run to the enemy side with this, trying to get that extraction up while they're up and coming, spawning, holding those positions from outside, waiting for an ambush.
You haven't
that
played in
potentially
2 years,
run into.
consider
You
coming
were
back.
actually doing a
So what
very
do you
good
guys
job at
think of
leading
this
that.
new
You're like,
game
all
mode
right,
from
I need you to get in
watching
front of me.
this
I
right
need you to
now?
clear this. I need you to
I
clear
will
that.
say
And
it's
we did
very
that.
chaotic.
Yeah, honestly, like
Pisty lost some
regardless
more
of
weight
talk about
even
the
than when
match
I saw him
being,
like a month
the game
ago.
being approachable, we get real competitive.
Oh, absolutely.
You mentioned that Dokkaebi is the one to grab here.
Very
because of
godlike,
the
not
actual
gonna play
lore
it.
of the game. Now, there are a lot of people here at this event dressed up in cosplay, and lore in Rainbow Six Siege.
Looks
yeah,
fun,
give
can't
them
wait
some
to
applause.
play.
They work hard.
Feels like too much going
The lore in
on.
Rainbow Six
Not
Siege has
Siege.
steadily
Cool, but without ranked, it
increased
won't
to the point now
last.
where,
I
you know,
agree.
when
I think
first
if
started
they
playing,
really
you
want
first
this
started playing,
game
there's
mode to
basically nothing.
succeed,
Will lore play a
they're gonna
part
have to put a
in
ranked
Dual
mode
Front,
in it.
And will the events of future seasons find their way into this game?
So that's actually what we're trying to do with Dual Front. Bring some of the story into the game proper so that you get to experience the story itself. And so every single season, we'll be weaving in the lore of Siege into the updates that you see in Dual Front.
Now, when a team does
looks like playing TDM mode knows they'll play objective.
What benefit
Well,
does
if
that
you
give
don't
the team?
play the objective, you'll just
they're at the
lose.
wrong-
I mean,
Yeah, they both.
you
did
could
the
already play
exact same
TDM.
thing.
TDM is in the game, so.
Do they throw Dokkaebi into the net?
Well, they
Is
got
that
to
what
take it
they're
to the right
supposed to
extraction
do?
point.
I'm not.
But whenever they do end up getting it to the right, getting hostage to the right extraction point, and then having her airlifted out, you actually gain 2 sectors of the current objective or the next objective that you're going on. So if you have 1 sector left on, say, sector 2, it'll click forward on 2.
Okay, and so
Oh,
that
there's
won't,
Mr.
so like,
Sky.
for example, on Bravo's side, they already
Mr.
have 2 of those
Kudos.
sectors, or not sectors captured, but they have, you know,
On-
halfway through.
Actually, yeah, on either side of the match right now, whoever secures the
Hopefully there's
assignment
not
will win.
team damage in this mode. I
But,
honestly
like,
forgot
they
if
just have
there
to
is
get them
or
to the right
not.
extraction zone, and there's only 20 seconds left to get it.
I honestly forgot.
And what happens if you don't complete this task? Then it just
Oh.
goes.
They figured it
Sorry,
out.
I'm too excited now.
And so this is
That's it.
actually
All right.
an air tap, and they win. So that's the thing.
Nice.
You can either play for the neutral sector, or you can keep on pushing in one of the fronts and end the game as well.
Like all things Siege, you have multiple ways.
Oh yeah, that's
to
well.
pull
No,
off.
Spoit didn't get team killed. His teammate ran
We've got
into
more-
a Capcan trap, which
we got
downed
more games
him.
going, by the way. So this one is finished, but next one up, we're going worldwide. Raza versus Pestily. Now, Team Raza have some pretty formidable players on them. And
Yeah, I think Team Raza
wonder
wins
how they'll be
this.
able
I don't
to
think these other
tackle
people
Dual Front. We
play.
saw
Some of them
the
actually
more
play.
objective focus in that
Siege,
Pengu versus Spoit matchup
so-
than in the first. And again, it's going to come down to the way
But
that
I don't know,
teams
like,
tackle
The
these
Brazilian
objectives.
team
Do you
has
go for
like
kills? Do
all.
you
I'm
fight
pretty sure
for
all
each
the
of
players are
sections of the map?
champion that are on the
Or do you
Brazilian
battle, as we
team.
just saw in that neutral zone nonstop. And for the Spoit and Pengu matchup, the neutral
Yeah,
zone
well,
was
that's
the
what
way
I'm
to go.
saying. They
ended
play
up
like other
winning
games
because
and
But
stuff.
again, that's the beauty of this being a new game mode, is there isn't a right or wrong way to play this. You can play it what you see fit, what you want to do. You make those tactical adjustments of whether you're rotating players or seizing a moment, seizing an opportunity, and then even
Mr.
collapsing and
Cross,
falling back if
Archon,
necessary.
baby.
So again, we are going through and through to be seeing any way possible and played, because there is no developed meta just yet that maybe you guys are hiding that you're going to keep for yourselves and maybe run into you guys in one of these matches and quickly realize, okay, this is what we need to do.
Whatever meta we've developed, it's going out the window as soon as players get into the beta, because players just learn the game faster than anyone else on the dev team, and so that's going to evolve so quickly.
Why didn't
we
I
won't even
and
recognize
Jinxie
it
go?
in a week.
Well, this
I
game is
didn't
finished,
go
so let's hear what
because
Pengu's thoughts on Dual Front are.
baby number 3.
I am over here with the
so-
wonderful Pengu, everybody.
Is a baby number 3.
Thanks so much for joining us today. How you feeling?
I don't know why
Excited.
Jinxie
I'm not
didn't
gonna lie, I
go.
was a bit
but
nervous, and I came into it. I went 0-3, got no kills in the beginning. I was like, oh, chalk it. But then the teamwork started happening, and next to me started making some calls, and it clicked. We got the W.
Lovely. I'm sort of curious, what do you think about mixing attackers and defenders? How's that feeling?
I love it because it creates even more flexibility than before. Obviously, Siege has been about
She's the
soft
voice of
destruction, hard
Ash, but she
destruction. Now
actually
it's about
voices
capture,
a lot
traps,
of video
defending,
game
mute
characters.
jammers.
She,
For
she
example,
voices
Big Nine,
Zelda
We start defending the bottom
as
side.
well.
He's playing castle. I'm playing mute. We're locking them out of the map essentially. And then if we join them on the attack, we can play more aggressive operators like the Grim, for example.
Amazing. Have you found any OP combos?
I can't talk about that because, like, what if people they copy it and they beat us, you know? So no, can't leak strats right now.
Oh,
What's
perfect.
her name?
I'm gonna let you get back to it. Thank
I
you so much.
forgot. I think Patricia?
Thank you, Patricia. You can take
There.
Pengu out of the game.
I got
and
it
his
right.
former team did, but you can't take
I forgot
the
her last
player.
name.
I gotta get my digs in. But you can't take the player out of the actual match. He's not even giving away secrets in a show match. Like, come on.
Saving strats for SI.
Yeah, exactly. He's saving strats for the next match. Team Raza versus Team Pestily is
Can't
up
leave
next.
strats. Strata well, they
Reminder
the 29
about
month
those
to try and
drops. I
resub.
mentioned that
First
we
I've heard
have
of baby number 3.
partner
Take my basis
streamers.
bucks for day for
Everybody
money.
here
Well,
is
thank you,
streaming
thank
as
you.
well. And we've got streamers at home that
Appreciate
are
it.
also co-streaming this. Tune in and get to enjoy the action. I know that you want to hear us, but you've also
Bro,
got
Team
other people to tune
Raza
in
is
now,
playing people
that
who.
matchup between
I
Spoit
mean,
and Pengu
some of
went
these
by
people
pretty
play. Like
quickly.
Cross plays obviously a
How
ton of
does that
Siege.
match up with your
I think-
expectations of a typical game of
I mean,
Duel
Jaeger Clutch.
So,
I don't know who that
one of
is,
the
but I'm
interesting things
assuming
about the
probably a
neutral
good amount of
sector
Siege
assignment
played.
is it
Pestily,
randomly
I don't think
triggers
plays
in the
much.
middle of a match.
I've seen Creator
Between,
play.
I think it's like 10 minutes.
I
and
don't know about the
15
other
minutes.
people, honestly.
Is that right?
It's like first 5 in. and
Yeah.
like, so after 5, it can happen at any time.
So they already were pretty advanced in the match, and then it did end. So that's about the time that you can expect. 15 to 20 minutes is the average game
You think
length,
I tagged the
and then
wrong
you
Rainbow
can jump
Six
into
channel?
the next one right away.
No, they
So
wanted
you
me to
get a lot
tag
in a
that
little
because
package.
that's the Rainbow
Hold on a
Six
second, gentlemen, I'm
socials.
seeing something here on your screen.
Like that's their Twitter
Does
account
your
and
outfit
stuff like
show
that.
up on the loading screen before you get into Dual Front?
Absolutely. You got to flex whatever you got.
I think it's called Skinner jazzing.
Oh, so there definitely is friendly
Raza,
fire.
that's your own teammate.
Well, he's got to take off the shades. I think he's a little discombobulated.
He can't see right now. He's too cool. Too cool for school.
Why does
that's
Raza
something
have
that we haven't really
sunglasses
seen
inside?
A lot, right? Like, there's always been chatter online about, oh, like the player cards before the match should show my skins. In Dual Front, you've now
Yes,
made
you
it
can
so
get
that
the
when you
drop
load
now
into a
by
game,
watching
your
here.
outfit and your
But you
gun
can't.
skill.
I don't
Shut
think you
up.
could redeem it until.
I also did notice when you first
It's
initially start
over.
out, you aren't just able to quickly run in to a different sector. You are blocked off right there. Is that essentially
Friendly fire.
similar to a prep phase,
Colin already loves
That's-
this game
that's
mode.
exactly the intent there, is that it gives time for those in the defending
Yeah, I
lane
think
to
you
actually
could
do
claim
their
it, and I
setup
think you
get
could.
ready.
I think you
It
could
gives
start
time for
downloading it
intel to
now.
be gathered
Maybe.
by the
I don't know. You
attackers.
could try.
I'll let this be known that
Just
the
redeem it
neutral
on,
sector is always neutral. So if you want to frag it out as soon as you start, you can go, do it there.
That's interesting. Well, I'm sure there's a lot of people that love to hear you say that just want to get straight into the thick of it.
And just like regular Siege or core
I already have it
Siege, if I can call it
downloaded.
that,
Let me make
destruction
sure
is a
that mine
huge
is
part
like fully
of this.
downloaded
You talked
already.
about it, you
I
talked
think
about
I
it as
already have it
well.
downloaded.
We just got to
but-
see it firsthand. A lot of these teams are kind of treating this like team deathmatch. That's the rappel, by the way, that was shown.
Everyone's
that you can
spamming
now
drops.
swing around corners.
Amazing.
Dude,
The very first time.
that's
our
actually
very first
crazy.
match
The
that
main
we just
Rainbow
saw,
Six
that
channel has
crowd went wild. I don't know if you heard
160,000
that, but-
viewers right
No,
now.
destruction, it plays a huge
Not
part.
bad.
A lot of these teams, again, are treating it like a team deathmatch. But here, you can reshape the map to your advantage.
That's right. And even, we saw it before, you can reshape the neutral sector. In fact, one of the things that we've been playing with is you can jump into the neutral sector before you attack, reinforce where you need to, or open up where you need to, so that you actually lay the groundwork for the match to evolve.
So I did notice
I have
within
all
these
of these
sectors, there are still
downloaded,
default
right?
cameras that are up.
Yeah,
And we've already
I have
talked about
everything
regenerative
done.
utility. Is that the same thing with barricades? If a team just is absolutely
I was just making
not
sure.
attacking,
I mean,
more
I have
focused
2
on
gigabit
defending,
internet,
where they just
so
immediately
if
fell off, will those
for some reason my
barricades come
download
back
got
up, or is that
hadn't gone
and
through,
once that
whatever, I could have
destructibility is
just
there,
re-downloaded
it's
it in like 2
Yeah,
minutes.
Once the destructibility is going in place in the match, it's kind of the story of that match. So
The
we
main
allow that to be
R6
the
Twitch channel
permanent,
is
like,
600,000
beef that
viewers.
happens throughout it. So
Oh,
if
like the
anything's being
category
broken
has
down,
600K.
we talked about the cheat code where you get a soft wall, maybe not reinforcing it right away is a good move. So you get that second layer of destruction happening. But once it gets direct, then you reinforce
bad,
it. Now there's a
dude.
second
Not
barrier
bad
to
at
stall
all.
them out.
Josh is giving that key intel for everyone listening, so you might want to take him up on that. There's a little tricks of the trade to this. Don't barricade right away. Wait for it to start being destroyed, and then put it up.
Another interesting thing, though, when it comes to destruction, you'll see that the barricades are color-coded. And that's because the team that has their own color can tear it down. And so you can see a sector evolve over time as the new barricades of the attacking team come out, because now they're reinforcing it and the defenders have to recapture.
We've spent almost a decade of watching round by round things reset. It's a little bit
Yes, the
odd to
graphics
see persistent
I think are way. I mean,
destruction
you
in
can
this
see
game.
them now. They're way
So,
better.
I mean, you'd see the
and
TDM from time to time when
the
eventually,
big thing
a
is,
map
at
would be
least that I
reduced to
encountered, so I can
smithereens.
talk about this
But
now.
Not only do
Okay.
you see it now, but it
The
plays a
perf-
much bigger
I
impact
mean,
than it does
obviously
in
I was
TDM.
playing on a
Like,
good
TDM is a
computer when
fun
I
game
played,
mode,
but the
here,
like the
there's
FPS
much
was
more
good.
strategy, as
Like
you
it
pointed
looked
out.
good and it played
And the
good
way you
at the
go
same
about it
time,
will
which is
only
what's
deepen people's
important.
understanding of how
You know,
to
we'll
play
see when
this
it
game.
launches, but at least the like beta that I played, it felt really good. Like I got good. I had really good FPS. It's DX12. Well, DX12 this season works for me pretty good.
Thing as a veteran player, when you're going to be experiencing this, you are going to have to be so
It looks the
aware
same as
of the
vanilla.
utility that is
That's
placed
'cause it's
around
a
the map,
Twitch
placed
stream.
around the sector.
But
because
you can
don't
still
know if
see
it's
the
yours.
different
You don't know
lighting
if
and
it's
stuff
the other
like
team.
that.
You always have to be on alert. So again, it adds such another core development and process that you're going to be going through while playing this 6v6 game mode of Dual Front.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're just moments away
DX12
from
is
starting
completely
our
fixed
last
for me.
match of the day. Gentlemen, it's been great having
I
you
get
here,
like
and I'm assuming you'll
maybe
be riding along for the
10
last of- is there
FPS,
anything
20
that
FPS
you wanna
less
talk about that we
than.
haven't seen yet by any chance?
Do you see that?
Actually,
he just shot a
we've
fire
seen quite a
extinguisher.
bit here that we haven't dug into yet, and we're about to, because there are changes that are coming.
It exploded
that you
and
might have
created
seen in Dual
smoke.
Front. They're coming to the entire game. So we'll be talking more about that very soon, actually.
You're just going to tease people.
Yep, that's
You're
it.
not.
Not even just teasing people,
Bro,
teasing us.
this is
Teasing us,
crazy.
whisper in our ears before you head out.
Look at this up here. Look in the
Admittedly,
upper
we had to
left.
tease them
This
earlier
is the
on,
Brazilian
new game
team's
mode and all that
progress,
special
and this is
stuff,
the
but
like other team of
good
mostly.
things come to those who wait. Our very last matchup of the day is upon us for Dual Front, at least. Team Skittles, who you heard from earlier, and Team Meaty Marley will do
Marley.
battle. Fun fact about both of these teams.
This should be a pretty even game.
Both of them
Because
started
Macy's
their
on there.
careers Both of them started their careers hiding their identity, and we eventually
This
got
match
a still
actually
face
looks really
reveal,
fair.
And now we know what Meaty Marley looks like. The question is, game. Will their gameplay be as handsome as they are?
Oh, yeah.
I think they will, but
Spacey.
something that really
Make sure
sticks
it's
out
what
for
you
me
want.
with both these rosters, if you were to ask me, who do you
Thanks,
think's
man.
the favorite here? I don't have one for the simple fact that your boy Roy and Atheno look a little deflated in their biceps. I don't think they got their pumping for the day. So you're definitely going to have to rely on the 5 players, I should say, on each side to pick up the weight from both those two.
What does Macy think of this game
I have a
mode?
slight suspicion as to what the devs were talking about, by the way, because they said there's something that we're
At least when I
changing
played with him,
regular
he
Siege
seemed to
that
like
wasn't
it,
mentioned,
but
it was
I don't
briefly
know.
shown on the
Macy and I
reveal
were
video
actually sitting
before
next to each
this.
other when we were playing, and he
then
said he
we saw
liked it
what
overall.
looked like a pipe on fire.
So,
which,
I don't know.
As far as I'm aware, there's an operator who puts down explosive pipes.
No, there isn't, and I was curious of that.
So you
too,
could
because,
shoot
I mean,
pipes,
you
they
know,
blow
as
up.
chefs, we add tons of ingredients to our
AC hates
meals
running
and
gun.
for people to digest.
Yeah, but this
And
is
that's
a
kind of
game
what I'm
mode that's
seeing here,
based
is
on
that
running
ingredient
gun.
is now
It's
being
different.
added into the gameplay that we all know and love.
Macy
Again, we
liked
don't have
X
operators that are
Defiant
laying down
a lot.
These pipes that can be shot. Is he going to shoot it? No. he's not.
Macy likes Call of Duty.
And as for what that quote-unquote ingredient might be, the devs
It just
will be talking
depends
about
on the
that
game mode. If you're trying to
later
play the
on.
objective
I
still.
do like that
That's the
we have a
difference.
big mix of players here.
Why
in
didn't I
Atlanta.
go to the
You've got
event?
controller players,
Baby number
you've
3.
got mouse and keyboard players. You've got
Yep.
Siege vets. You've got former pros. You've got world champions. You've
I
got
did
people
not
who, as
go.
far as I'm aware,
Family
might
first.
not have
I
ever
actually really wanted to
touched
go to this
those
event
guys.
a lot.
Narcoleptic Nugget.
But-
He doesn't touch CSR. I mean, look at the gameplay right there. I know we know him from Siege, but I'm a little disappointed in his gameplay so far.
Yeah, so you
This was the
claim
man whose
once you claim
biceps
your
you made fun
drop,
of
it should
earlier.
give you a
Yeah, I know I'm
code,
going to regret it because, I mean...
and then you redeem
think
your
he could take you
code
in a fight?
on.
Yes,
I think you can just
for
redeem
sure.
it on the R6
I mean,
redeem
look at-
site.
he's
It should
so
tell you
locked
where to
in.
do it.
Actually, I lied. He just missed that.
Well, it was true.
Oh, was
There are outlines on operators as well, because as you might have noticed on the top of the screen, the teams can run the same ops.
They can.
So you can have 2 vigils on the board
It just
at
shows
the
up on
same
Ubisoft
time.
Connect?
We saw
Oh,
in one of
perfect.
our earlier matches there were 2 docks on the board. And
Do I have a
outlines
cold?
are very
Not
important
anymore.
to be able to
I have
distinguish,
allergies today.
Is it a friendly dock or is it an enemy dock?
It's been
Well, I mean,
really
that's
nice
something that you're going to have to
outside,
decipher,
but
like I was saying, with the utility that's going to be on the map. You're going to have to keep in mind a mental awareness of, okay, we're seeing it right
What's
there.
this? No, Macy, get off drone!
See, he's not, you know, he's not appreciating. Okay.
There it is.
Okay.
Pipe
so
blows up.
That's interesting. So, you know, we talked about operators not being able to lay anything like that, but in similarity to a Capital bolt, similar to a Goyo canister, I mean, this creates a completely
So there's a
different
bunch
new
of pipes
look
around
than
the
what we've
map
seen in
that blow
Siege
up.
X.
This has been an interesting matchup.
Same with
between
fire
these 2 teams. They're
extinguishers.
playing it very slow, which is in stark contrast to the
I want them
first
to
game
show
that we
the
saw
rest of the
that
stuff.
had
That's
Uzi killing everybody in the server.
My
Now,
guess.
They talked a lot about this neutral sector.
My
and
guess is that
it's
there's
coming in
about
pretty quickly.
8
Again,
minutes
it
left
can
until we're an
spawn at
hour in,
different intervals.
and then
This
past
one
that,
in just
I
under a
think
minute,
that
and
there will be
only
more
9
stuff.
minutes into action. Will these teams pay that neutral sector and the assignment that comes with it the same respect that we saw from that Pengu
The
and
rest
Spoit
of the
matchup? That
stuff,
is the question.
yes.
Uh-oh.
Now, I
There
am
is
curious
more.
How long, okay, so that flame actually does get put out pretty quickly.
It's not a Goyo canister.
No.
Goyo canister lasts 20 seconds. That looked like about 3.
That I don't even think 3, maybe like 2. But I think we.
Some of the stuff
I'll wait
you're
to
seeing
see
in
You gonna fight with me
here.
over a single second?
No. Completely unrelated to what we were just about to talk about that we might see later on.
This looks like DLC
But,
at best.
I mean,
Nothing worth
so
a standalone game price.
This game mode
Well,
is intense.
it's
There's
not
going to
a
be
new
constant
game.
action no
You
matter
don't have
where
to
you're
pay
looking,
anything
whether
for it.
You are
It's
the one defending
free.
or you are the one attacking.
Now,
a-
speaking
it's a free
Alpha
update.
has to defend against the diffuser that's been put down while also dealing with the hostage objective in the middle of the map. That's the assignment
does
that has
that
spawned
seem
in.
fair?
So you've got 6 players on your team. How many do you send to deal with that diffuse kit, and how many do you send to deal with the assignment?
That's the biggest thing. You know, if I'm in this situation,
It's free to
I'm
new
sending
players. They
at
said on the
least
top.
3.
There you
At
go.
least
So it's
3
just
to which
actually
one?
free.
To the neutral sector, to go for that hostage and keeping 1 on one end and 2 on the other. So that way you are still covering all of your bases where you need to, covering those sectors, making sure not only you can defend, but you can still attack, but you can still go for that neutral sector. And they're trying to go.
Oh, this was like hard to do sometimes.
They did get it.
Varsity managed to pull it off.
I am curious if they know where to bring and extract the hostage here, whereas in the previous game, they were unfamiliar, which I think it's going to be the exact same situation.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's worth noting that everybody who is playing this game has little to no experience with it.
I would have done the same exact thing if I wasn't playing with Joshua.
Yeah, fair enough.
How long have I known about
again,
SiegeX?
It comes down to learning on the fly.
I've known about it, like,
differing platforms, etc. You will be able to get your hands on this beta.
I've known about it for. Do you guys remember when I went to San Francisco? Like I told you guys about it after I was allowed to talk about it, which is like a few weeks after I went, or months. I forgot. Whatever. It was like kind of recently I was allowed to talk about it. But I went to San Francisco. I don't know.
I think he's going to.
Funny because
like
we listened
3
to
or 4 months ago, and that's when I found out about it.
But
when the literal opposite is the focus here.
I mean, it's up to that one Brit to shut this out right here and not make sure. And Skittles, I mean, my God, that was devastating right there. And now he's going to go for it. I mean, again, this is a beautiful thing, once again, is where you're not just focused on the sectors. You do have to focus on another objective, which is, again, it's so unique, and it still allows you to be in control of any scenario at any given moment, to be able to shift, to rotate, to be elusive.
I think so. They won, right?
You have to shift your focus in other places.
That does not seem
which, again,
stable.
for new players, old players, it allows you to constantly learn and adapt.
What happens if you throw a grenade on there while you're sending it up?
And
you just see Ash go up and just, or Ash, Jokovi just go up and explode.
Assignments will be changing. Oh,
there's the gun inspect.
Do it again!
Capture 1/3 complete.
I don't think they're capable of hearing us. But again, just to kind of underscore how this game mode will be supported.
Gun inspect chat, it's here.
A season in Rainbow
there you
Six
go,
Siege
you
is
saw it.
about 3 months, give or take, because we have 4 a year, just like regular seasons. Twice a season, the operator lineup will change, which means that for a lot of players, as you're finding your footing, things will shift. And then at the start of each new season, the assignment will change. Right now, it's rescue Dokkaebi, pick up the hostage, get her to the helicopter, save her, but who knows what's next? There's one thing that I've noticed that isn't present, and that's anything to do with secure area. If you look at the original 3 game modes of Rainbow Six Siege, you have the regular bomb,
like the 613
which
sub,
is
back.
the whole premise of Dual Front. You have Hostage, which is the special assignment, but where is secure area? Could it be coming next or coming at some point in future seasons?
Well, we're already getting something brand new with Dual Front, and it already being a heap loads of different things involved. So we could see an
The one thing I
different
didn't notice
brand
about
new
this,
mode
which
introduced. Well, I mean,
I gave
you know what I mean
feedback for
entirely.
this,
I know what you mean.
Yeah,
but they had
exactly.
shields
So, I
in
mean,
this game mode
honestly,
at one
everything's up in
point,
the air of what
and
could be brought in.
it
And
made
allows
it
the developers
so
to
unenjoyable.
toy
It
with
was
the game,
insane.
frankly. The SiegeX formula has been around and has been tweaked
Like,
over
we were
time. You're gonna
playing,
see some more of those
and the
tweaks
enemy team
coming
took
up in the next
Clash
portion of
in
this
like,
showcase,
and it was
in the
just
core gameplay
so
update
unenjoyable.
section.
But I don't know if they did for sure, but it looks like they removed
reinvent
shields,
Siege.
maybe?
But if you
I don't
want to
know.
experiment, Dual Front is a
If
great
they did,
game
then
mode
they
where you
took
can
my
take those
feedback, which I
liberties
said,
and
please,
try out
God,
some new
take this
stuff.
shit
Who knows?
out.
Just as right now, original
So
core
props
Siege
Ubi
has
if
influenced Dual
they
Front.
if they
Something
got
could
rid
be
of
cooked
it.
up for this game mode that is popular enough, maybe one day down the line.
Oh, they're shooting
we
the
see it
hostage, I think.
in the core game.
Hostage,
Maybe
I
not.
know,
This
each
is us
other.
idly speculating, but again, it gives the devs a chance. Oh, it gives the devs a chance
Look
to
at Macy.
talk
This is just
about this
another day in
new
the office
game
for him.
mode.
And of course he's MVP.
Of course, we've got our last
See,
interview
Macy's
for
MVP,
Dual
dude.
Front with Fastan and Patricia.
Thank you. Hey, Fastan, how are you doing?
I'm doing very good. I'm so
Is
excited
in
to
the
be
drop
here. The game's
delivered?
been a lot
I
of
think
fun.
it's
been great.
people are saying it's just
Thank you for
popping
letting
right
me
up
take
in
the time
their
to pick your
account.
brain.
I actually wanted to ask you about strategy. How's the team
Ace is the
strategy
goat,
been? How's that
dude.
evolving?
Well, our team's doing really good on the strategy front. I feel like, with the people that we're playing against, people said we were not going to stand a chance with some major winners against us or something like that. We played 2 games yesterday, 1 game today. All I want to say is we are 3-0 up in games because
Was
we
that
are
on the Hush?
taking Dokkaebi as our win condition. If you get Dokkaebi and you extract her, you actually get 2/3 of a sector, and that's been helping us win 3 games in a row, and it's been absolutely amazing so far.
Oh, amazing insight. Thank you so much, Fast Ann. Really appreciate your time being here. Can't wait for more gameplay.
Well, thank you so very much. And again, it's great to have everybody here under one roof playing this game, and we get real-time opinions.
So there's
on
another
what
hour.
We're watching. Because
Remember,
we
so
only get to see their perspective.
you saw the
They get to play it,
6v6
they get
game
to
mode now.
experience
There's
it.
another
And
hour of stuff.
Almost every single match
I would guess.
played differently.
Yeah. Well, it goes into what I was saying. This is a brand new game mode. It's unexplored. Everyone is going to be approaching it entirely different, whether it's going to be here or you guys later once this all wraps up. It is an unfamiliar
I think you're
area
supposed to
for
get it at the end of the
everybody.
stream.
So again, there isn't going to
If
be
you're
a
having
meta
trouble,
just yet.
Hush,
Who knows,
they
there might
gave
not even
me
be a meta in
100 beta
general,
keys.
because
I'll
there
just
is
give you
many
one.
factors to take into
Hold
here
on,
that
I'll
we
give
just
you
have
one.
not seen throughout Siege's history.
And if you're new to this stream and just catching up to speed, the game mode we just watched, the new permanent 6v6 game mode coming to SiegeX, is going to be playable later today. We'll be giving out beta keys to those who have their Ubisoft Connect and Twitch accounts linked together.
Here you go, Hush. Hold on,
So
I'll whisper you one.
You can get the keys here. You can get it from the partnered streams as well. You just got to
There you
watch
go.
about 30 minutes. Then you'll get access to the beta code.
You
It'll
could,
go
well,
live when the
by
show
giving you
wraps
that
up
key though,
later
Hush, you could
today.
actually start
But
downloading it now, I
we've got
think,
Patricia
and then you'll
ready
guaranteed
yet
get
again.
in.
As I said, this show's going to go quick. I didn't lie. Patricia, take it away.
I need to, like, save a copy of this, I think. Take a copy.
Thank you so much. Thank you,
There
Intero
we
and
go. This way I
Laxing.
can, like,
How you guys
delete these
enjoying
keys
Dualfront?
after I use them.
Pretty cool. You just heard them talking about some
He is
core
rake
gameplay
dancing as
updates that
well.
we will be revealing
Rack.
in the next
LOL.
segment. So all that's left is for me to set the stage.
You guys, if you
Please
watch,
welcome back directors Alexander Karpazis
if you just
and
watch the stream, you'll
Christopher
get the
Budgeon.
drop, and then it should either email you
With
or it
SiegeX,
should just
we're
appear in
taking
your
Rainbow Six Siege
Ubisoft
to new
inventory.
heights.
Yeah,
Launching
it's
June
the
10th,
drops are
at
not
the
supposed
start
to
of Year
go
10
out
Season
until
2.
after it's
This
over.
evolution of Siege builds upon everything that makes the game.
Sorry, but Hush gets
special.
the advanced copy
In the
because
first part of our
he's,
showcase,
Hush
we
has
showed
my
you
emote, 2 of my emotes
our
tattooed on
new
his body, so he
6v6
gets
game
them
mode.
first. Sorry.
And there's a lot more to talk about. SiegeX will deliver sweeping updates across all of Siege, with a strong focus on modernizing our maps, refining our
This is the
gameplay,
important stuff.
and evolving our audio, with much, much more to come.
So this is the stuff. Remember, if you don't like the 6v6 game mode,
At its heart,
whatever.
our philosophy remains the same.
This is the stuff
Reinforce
to
what
look
makes
for.
Siege so unique. It's deep tactics, intense strategy, and the thrill of outsmarting your opponents.
But before we dive into what's next, we want to take a moment to recognize those who have made all of this possible. You, our players. And I bet there's some veteran players in this very room. Your commitment and support over the years has shaped Siege into what it is today. And we have something special to show our appreciation. Let's take a look at our veteran rewards. This is a special way to celebrate your time with Siege. For each
Look at
year
this,
you've been
dude.
with us, you'll receive a unique reward to honor your dedication. If you've been with us since year 3, for example, you'll receive 7 rewards from year 3 to year 9. And for those who have been with us since year 1, we've prepared something truly special. A new, exclusive Black Ice skin.
Cool. That's a different looking black
This is our
ice.
way
Is
of
it
saying
universal?
Thank you for standing with us through every battle, every season, and every moment that continues to
Yeah,
shape
by the way, chat,
future of
first
Siege.
200 subs are 50% off till
We also wanna
tomorrow as
celebrate
a
your
special
legacy
promotion
in
right
Siege
now
with a special
in
badge
partnership
of honor.
with Siege. So if you want to sub or gift
Exclusive
subs, they're
badge
half
marks
off
the
right
year
now.
You joined the fight, a testament to your dedication
Ooh,
and journey
this is cool.
in the game.
Hey, I'm going to get that
Whether
2015
you're
one.
a recent recruit or a battle-hardened veteran, this badge is yours to wear with pride.
And of course, when you sub, you get
Now,
my charm too.
It's time to talk about an important change that's come into the game. Recently, we introduced crossplay, giving you the ability to play with your friends no matter which platform they're on. With
Hold on, I don't want to
SiegeX,
give away your
we're
key.
tearing
Hush,
down
hold on.
barriers, ready to welcome
There we
more
go.
players that want to experience the best tactical FPS. We want to make it easier to invite your friends to play the game. We want to continue to grow the community.
This is a
and we
huge
want to
one.
continue to build this game with veterans and new players from around the world. Starting June 10th, with the launch of SiegeX, new players will be able to download the game for free and jump directly into the Siege experience.
Rainbow Six is free.
Free access will help grow the Siege community, but we want to ensure that Siege remains fair and protected, particularly for Ranked and Siege Cup. So, let's break it all down so you know what to expect as a new player and a veteran.
Hold on.
With
There's
free
more. You
access,
guys are saying Cheater
players
City.
can
Wait
dive
and see.
into our brand new game mode, Dual Front. Learn the mechanics through our onboarding playlist.
So Dual Front is free.
Sharpen their skills in quick match. Have fun in seasonal events. And
So
we heard
this is what you can play.
Unranked is making its
Dual
long-awaited
Front,
comeback.
onboarding, quick match, events, unranked. Unranked is back!
Unranked offers a competitive yet approachable experience for free access players to test their skills.
You can't play ranked
and
or
explore
Siege Cup
new
with the
pick
free
and ban
access
system,
one.
which you'll see in action in our show match later on. Free access players can experience core Siege gameplay and access training modes.
So it'll be
earn
fine.
XP and unlock rewards. As part of the new onboarding process, players can earn and customize up to 26 operators through play. Additional operators can still be unlocked using the currency they earn to continue to grow their roster. The most competitive playlists, Ranked and Siege Cup, are high stakes and reserved for those who unlock the next level of Siege competition through premium access. And as always,
So
you'll
you
need
still
be
have to
level
pay for
50
ranked
to
and Siege
participate.
Cup, and you have to have level
Also, I
50.
want to reassure our dedicated players, you will keep access to everything you have.
So every gun skin you have,
That's right. Don't
clearance
worry, veteran
level.
players.
He is
You'll keep
breakdancing
access
his
to
rip.
everything
Bobby
you've
World, take the
earned over
prime.
the past 10 years. Your access to our competitive playlists, such as Ranked and Siege Cup, your progression, your operators, your
level.
inventory, will all be yours to keep and to continue building for the future. No payments or action required to transfer your progress.
So
As
it's just
Siege
a free
continues to
update.
grow, we're not just preserving your legacy, we're refreshing the experience for every player. With SiegeX, our totally revamped UI will be more than just a
This
new
is the
code
new
of
UI.
He is breakdancing.
how you
his
navigate
rip.
through game modes, browse your battle pass.
If you
and
notice,
interact
there's
with
an
Siege
esports
is
tab.
faster, it's more intuitive, and more immersive. The UI overhaul also streamlines your experience as you track your journey as a Siege player. So whether you're a veteran bringing in new friends or a fresh recruit, we've revamped Siege's global progression system. Clearance levels, reward unlocks, and challenges have been improved, making it easier to track your progress and navigate the
The
early
new UI
stages
is
of the
really
game.
nice.
Our focus was to make getting into Siege as fun as possible, while giving you the tools you need to learn the deep and rewarding systems of the game.
We're thrilled to welcome new players into Siege with free access. And we know that a growing community comes with responsibility. With SiegeX, we're making sure the game is the most secure it's ever been. That means
So this is a
industry-leading
huge
player
thing
protection,
about
fair
SiegeX is
matchmaking,
anti-cheat
and continued
improvements.
efforts to encourage a positive game that welcomes everyone. First, let's talk about game security.
Last month at the Six Invitational, we introduced R6 Shield Guard, our latest anti-cheat initiative. To catch up on the current status of R6 Shield Guard, let's hear from programming team lead Adrian Fraisse.
Cheating and toxicity has no place in Siege, and we won't rest
This is the
until
most
it's a thing of
important
the
part.
past.
He is breakdancing
At
his
SI,
rip.
we
thank
introduced
you,
a new
just about
initiative,
to say the
Rainbow
plot.
Six Shield Guard. R6 Shield Guard takes a multifaceted approach to anti-cheat. Our QB system distributes different executables to our players, preventing tampering and issuing sanction when detected. Binary annealing is the act of encrypting and hardening our game code to make it even more difficult to tamper with. Our security measures have rendered cheat makers' capacity to come back online much harder, with some of them exiting the scene entirely. Gameplay Violation, our in-game defense system that allows for detecting players performing impossible behavior within the game, like sprinting while shooting. This system basically renders rage cheating a thing of the past, and we are working to keep it that way. Our next line of defense, Mousetrap, detects the use of mouse and keyboard in console pools. Our final line of defense is data. We use AI and analytics to detect irregular and exploitative behavior in the game.
He is
With
breakdancing
SiegeX,
as
our
well.
Social Guard updates live without the need of a scheduled maintenance. Cheats will be harder, more
thank you very
difficult,
much,
and
Miller,
costlier
for the
to
2
make,
months.
and cheat makers won't be able to anticipate security updates before they come in. Our Social Guard
Thank
is
you,
a
though. Thank you,
long-term investment. We're here to stay, and we can't wait to share more.
And thank you very much for the 7 mention preemptive. Not very much appreciated.
We're
Sorry for
taking
Nightbot.
anti-toxicity in the game seriously as well.
Blanking
and
out
we've
your
made huge
dono.
strides to make sure that everyone feels comfortable playing the game. We've doubled down on our mission. There is no room for abusive language and harassment in Siege. Here's Lancelot Satjay, Associate Director of Player Protection and Game Security, to talk about the systems we have in place.
We know that toxicity has become more frequent.
Honestly,
in
the
games,
anti-cheat has gotten
especially
way
with the
better
constant
lately.
increase over the past 2 years. But the good news is, since Year 9 Season 4, the past December, we are now seeing the first decrease in toxicity. This is thanks
Ran into
to
a guy
features
who
such
went
as
35
our rework reputation system
matches
that
with 98%
addresses
win rate and
recurrent
6.0 KD
toxicity
before getting
while
banned. But he would
rewarding
never get
constant
banned
positive
before at
behavior.
all.
Plus, our recently implemented automated text chat moderation, since its release in Year 9 Season 4, the number of unacceptable messages has been divided by 2.
I don't even
We
have
are
text chat
constantly
on.
working to improve and balance detections.
I
We are
actually think
also
that this works,
dedicated
though.
to
And I'll
protect
tell you
potential
why.
targeted players
There's a bunch of
with
people that
our
I play
privacy
with,
setting features.
and
In
they
Year
all
10,
type
the
nice things
reputation
in chat to
system
get
is
their
fully
reputation
activated.
up.
It means that the most toxic players, the one with a dishonorable standing, have been removed from ranked, standard, and Siege Cup matches as they were impacting 25% of games played. Players with a positive standing are receiving rewards and specific care backgrounds. The more constructive feedbacks we receive, the better and fairer our systems are. To do so, use the in-game report function or contact us through R6Fix. We are listening to your feedback, and player protection will continue to evolve to make sure that the game is safe for you, even more with free access.
Anti-cheat and anti-toxicity are top priorities for us on Siege, and I want to thank Adrien and Lancelot and their teams for their work making the game the most competitive and fair it's ever been.
I actually have noticed a big
Let's
improvement in the
talk about
anti-cheat
the
personally.
maps and visual updates we mentioned at the 6 Invitational. We've been listening, refining, and working behind the scenes to bring you game-changing updates to core
And to
Siege
Steels, thank you
gameplay.
very much for gifting
SiegeX
20
isn't just about
subs
the
in
new
a row.
experience.
Very, very, very
It's
much
about making
appreciated.
the
Thank you,
5v5
to Steels. Thank you,
Siege
thank you, thank you.
love even better. From mechanics
Very
to
much
quality of life
appreciated.
improvements and everything in between, we're ushering in a new era for Siege.
One of the biggest changes coming to Siege is our modernized map update. We know
And
how
Fanazi,
important
they've
maps
given
are
the
in
Randy
Siege,
Rockwell.
and we've been hard at work improving visuals, readability, and overall gameplay flow to make every
I will
engagement
read every
more
gifted
tactical
sub
and
to
immersive.
all 20 of those
These
after
updates
this
will
reveal.
enhance lighting and textures and be more in line with the dark, gritty tone that people picture when they think of Siege, all while maintaining the strategic depth players love. But words can only do so much. So let's take a look at how these changes come to life in action.
Here you go. Zephorex, look at this sub. Look at this. Look at this. I don't know how they did it, but they actually struck a pretty good balance of like the game feeling like competitive, but at the same time, like also having that like darker look to it. And this is the other thing. At least I was getting good FPS when I was playing all of this stuff. Look how good this shit looks, dude. Look. Can't wait to jump out of that piano window. Look at that, dude. There's no way they showed the ceiling of bakery, bro. That's actually diabolical.
That's right. At launch, SiegeX will introduce 5 fully modernized maps: Clubhouse, Chalet, Bank, Cafe, and Border. After the season of SiegeX's debut, each new season will deliver 3 more modernized maps.
So every season, 3 modernized maps, there's 5 right away.
We've done significant work on these environments. We've rebuilt the lighting engine.
People be like, this looks so good, then drop everything to the lowest settings. Probably.
Richer contrast and colors. All major surfaces have been redone, with materials looking more real thanks to updated, physically based rendering standards, displacement mapping, exposure compensation, and increased resolution. For PC players, that means an optional true 4K texture pack for the sharpest, most detailed environments possible.
Hey, this looks amazing.
For those watching the stream,
I love how this looks. I can't wait to play on 1080p on all the lowest settings.
So you can see the difference. Building on the technology of lighting and modernized maps, we're also introducing a feature that adds a whole new layer to tactical awareness: first-person shadows.
This is a big one. You can see your shadow. Also, listen to the footsteps.
Now you'll have to think twice about your positioning. If you're entering a room or passing a hallway, you'll be able to see
Look how
whether
good
your shadow
Border looks,
is
dude.
revealing your location to waiting enemies. This small but crucial detail makes movement and positioning more important than ever. The reason we can make all these changes and still ensure a competitive experience is because of a major change we're doing in making our enemy outlines updated.
When we talk about stealth in Siege, we want players to focus on how much
Look at the
noise
ring
they
light.
make,
Look at the
not
ring
how
light, chat.
visible they are. We
Look at
always
it.
want enemies to be clear and identifiable.
Look at it.
The new outline system means even with the more immersive lighting, enemies can't hide in the shadows. This is a big change, but one that over time feels natural and ensures a fun and fair game. As usual, we'll keep listening to your feedback and make adjustments as needed. Another big change is the Repel update in SiegeX, bringing
Yes,
more
the shadows are
options to
one-to-one.
the most unique movement mechanics in first-person shooters.
Repelling has always been a defining feature of Siege.
This is huge, too.
But we knew it could be even better. With advanced Repel, you can now sprint along the wall, and you can pull off what we saw Callie do back in the Playbook story trailer. You can now transition around corners while on Repel, including when sprinting. Here's those improvements in-game.
So you can sprint on the wall and then run around the corner. This is actually really good. Like, it's nice because you don't have to, like, get off a rappel to go to the other angle. And if you're worried about rappels being, like, too overpowered and stuff like that, there's changes for that, too. You'll see. To make it more balanced. Love to see it.
Smooth cornering and sprinting makes rappelling
And
on a
Testiles,
wall
thank you very, very
and
much for getting
executing
20
a plan
more subs
so
in a
much
row.
more
Very, very,
satisfying.
very much appreciated.
It's all about giving players more control, making movement feel natural, intuitive, and immersive. This is why we've also taken the time to update our basic movement in the game to include momentum as well. No more start and stop movement,
Thank you, Testiles.
but
I
true flow
appreciate
and
it.
responsiveness. Let me give you a concrete example of this in action. Picture yourself moving across the bed in the bedroom gym side of Clubhouse. Before the changes, as soon as you ran off the bed, you would immediately stop running, drop straight down, and then start running again once you landed on the floor.
It's huge,
With
dude.
the momentum-based movement update, you will continue to run off of short drops and carry your momentum with you. This achieves a new level of flow and immersion in the moment-to-moment
Get
action
to a
of
bunch
Siege.
of different new areas
We
too,
can't
dude.
wait to see the creative plays that these changes will inspire.
Yeah, I was gonna say this, but like, Coconut is gonna go
Visual
crazy.
Improvements and new movements. Let's dive into something that's going to shake up gameplay itself. Say hello to destructible ingredients.
Saw this a little in the 6v6 game mode
During an
too.
operation, every detail matters. Your intel, your loadout, your position, but above
Dude,
all
this trailer
else,
is sick.
your environment.
Oh, this will be like for burning Montane alive. I cannot wait. Look, you get EMP metal detectors now. Well, Goyo, shut the... No, you
I
can just
freaking
shoot
love
them.
these things.
You can just shoot them, yeah.
Destructible ingredients are shaking things up in Siege, bringing fresh tactical
And they're not all
opportunities for
over the
both
place. They're just in
attackers
certain
and defenders.
areas.
These aren't just environmental details. They're strategic tools that swing the outcome of combat engagements in modernized maps and dual front. First up, fire extinguishers. You'll see these scattered across the map, and when they're destroyed, they release a thick cloud of smoke, giving you some quick visual cover, but that's not all. If an enemy is standing too close when one bursts, they'll be concussed, setting you up for the perfect push. Next, we have gas pipes, and these can really disrupt the flow of the fight. Shoot it,
I
and
didn't
it
know there was one on
releases a
top
controlled
east.
flame, cutting off rotations and forcing roamers to move. But here's the catch. Once the fire reaches its peak, the pipe explodes, covering the area in flames and creating a brutal area denial
I
effect.
forgot how long the fire
And
lasts
finally,
for.
metal detectors.
You
You have seen these before, but they're a little more responsive.
could
than we've
ash
come to
charge
know.
them.
Metal detectors are now fully interactive.
I think you can melee them too, if I'm not mistaken.
You can disable them temporarily or permanently, giving you the control over when movement is detected. Do you disable them to sneak through unnoticed, or leave them on to bait enemies into giving away their position?
I
You
think
can even destroy
melee
them outright with explosives.
I think. Forgot.
These destructible ingredients introduce new tactical possibilities, giving players more ways to manipulate their surroundings and outplay their opponents.
Each
Melee
of
the
these
gas
destructible
tank.
ingredients
You
adds
could
a
actually
new
still
layer
do
of
it. It just
strategy and
sets the
creates fresh
fire out. I
opportunities
don't think
for
you take
creative
any
play.
damage
Whether
if
you're
you
using them
angle
to
it
gain an
right.
advantage or counter an opponent's plan, they'll keep every round dynamic and unpredictable. We can't wait to see the tactical strategies you'll come up with. Destructible ingredients will be available in modernized maps and in the dual front game mode. And we're not done working on destructible ingredients. We'll be listening to all of you to see how we evolve them in the future. Speaking of listening, audio in Siege is one of the most important tools a player can use to get a competitive edge. That's why we're introducing the biggest audio overhaul Siege has ever seen or heard.
This is a
Every
big
gunshot,
one.
Footstep and explosion will be more accurate, more immersive, and more clear than ever before. You're going to want to turn up your volume and put on your headphones for this one. Get ready to hear the difference.
This is big. So listen to this.
In Rainbow Six Siege, audio has been overhauled to convey a greater sense of accuracy in order to give players more cues to reliably detect enemy actions. These audio enhancements add a layer of spatial distinctions,
Sticky,
making
thank
it
you for
easier
the
to
bug.
tell if someone is coming from your left or your right. Sound propagation has been upgraded, with sound traveling vertically and allowing players to know if an enemy is pushing from above or below. Sound also propagates through openings created in surfaces, offering more immersion. Sound reverberation is more realistic, relaying whether nearby actions are coming from a
See,
big
I
room,
told you guys there was more.
a small room,
Look how good the maps look too, by the way.
indoors or outdoors, making pinpointing enemy locations more reliable. These audio innovations offer new tools to adjust response tactics, deliberately cause noise to draw rivals into an ambush, or use carpeted areas to limit the sound of infiltration, and use flashbangs to mask the sounds of powerful abilities, making for a more immersive, refined, and satisfying tactical shooter experience.
More detailed ways for you to die from DS. It's actually pretty clear when you look
I get
at it.
goosebumps every time I hear the new audio.
It's really good.
With this audio overhaul, every sound in Siege is more precise and immersive than ever. You'll be able to pinpoint gunshots, footsteps, and explosions more accurately, whether they're coming from the left, the right, above, or below. Intel makes or breaks great plays in Siege. With these enhancements, audio has become an even greater Intel asset and is more reliable than ever. Audio will be able to provide the intel you need to succeed, but to truly dominate,
Oh, that's a cool knock
teams need to
gadget.
be able to share that intel, coordinate attacks, and call out enemy positions. But we know that not everyone is comfortable using voice comms.
That's why we're introducing the communication wheel, a new tool
Here's another
to
big
design
thing.
communication faster, clearer,
Riot,
and
thank you
more
for the sub,
accessible
Tommy.
for everyone.
In the heat of
Bomb
battle,
badly.
communication is
Thank
key.
you to Trump 10 months.
That's why the communication wheel is so important. It's your new
This
way
is
to call the
huge.
shots and keep your squad
No
in sync.
excuse for not using
Need help
comms.
with a breach or a rotate? Call out the spot for your play. Is an area clear? Let your squad know it's safe to reposition. Ready to make a push? Tell your team you are moving in and lead the attack.
This is actually
And
great.
when a teammate makes the right move, confirm it with an okay or send them a quick thank you to keep the teamwork flowing. The communication wheel gives every player the tools to share
ever
their
out there the
strategy
sub?
regardless of their play style, keeping your team one step ahead.
I like this, dude. Just use your
We
mic.
covered a lot of
Sometimes
subjects,
people don't.
but what about
Some people are just not going to use
We
it.
know how much players love their weapon skins, and now,
This is pretty
for
cool.
the first time in Siege, you can check them out with Weapon Inspect.
You can inspect your guns,
I know,
chat.
we've been looking forward to Weapon Inspect just as much as you have. Rifles, pistols, shotguns, Siege has over 100 weapons in the game, and you can inspect every single one of them on the battlefield. Now is the time to flex your favorite skins and appreciate every single detail.
You're about to see all of these changes in action in a 5v5 show match with your favorite creators. But before we get there, I wanted to take a moment to speak directly to all of our veteran players and community. I'd just like to personally thank you for making Siege what it is today. I myself am a year one player, and the last 10 years have been incredible. Thank you for the laughs. Thank you for the revives. Thank you for the adrenaline pumping clutches. And thank you for the EMPs and cover fire as I was trying to open the main breach as my boy Thermite. 10 years of this game and the moments that have come with it are truly something to celebrate. And I can assure you that we still have plenty in store throughout the year to celebrate this momentous milestone with all of you. We've been building towards this moment for 3 years.
He's actually a really, really, really good dude. Like Joshua Mills, he's so nice.
All right. We've been building towards this moment for 3 years, and it feels unreal to finally be able to share it. SiegeX marks the beginning of a new era of Rainbow Six Siege. This is our commitment to keeping Siege at the top as the best team-based tactical shooter out there. This is our commitment to the next 10 years of Siege.
10 more years, chat.
And this is our commitment to you, our players, for being here this whole time. Thank you.
Thank you. 10 more years. We're at year 20 of Siege, dude. At least year 20.
Rainbow Six Siege has changed my life, and I've had many players from around the world tell me the same thing. SiegeX is the continuation of this life-changing game. And on behalf of the entire team, who are working so hard to build on the amazing legacy, we would like to thank you all. The stories you share, the friends you make along the way, and the passion you have for the
10
game
more years of stream
inspires us
sniping.
to always make Siege better. And we have one more announcement. As you know, our esports event, Reload, will take place in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, this May. And today we can say that we are excited to announce that this will be the first Siege competition ever played on SiegeX.
Ooh.
Everything we just presented today will be there. The modernized maps, the overhauled audio, the new rappel mechanics, the works. Reload will also be the place for us to share with you the full roadmap for year 10 and give you an idea of what's to come after the launch of SiegeX on June 10th. Before we jump into the 5v5 show match, I'm going to pass it over to Patricia.
Wow. Thank you so much, Alex and Josh. Incredibly exciting updates.
So,
And now,
was I
a
not
little
right that there's
surprise
some
for all
other
you
stuff,
Ash
even if
fans
you
out there.
don't want to play the game mode?
Let's take a look.
Ooh, which one was it? That's the one that made it? Alright, fine, I'll buy it.
Well, an awful lot of information, and I didn't really expect it to get so emotional. But to Josh's point, it's not just the devs whose lives have been made better by this game. It's both of us as well. It's many of you. We're not just a community. In a lot of ways, it feels like a family. And for the last 10 years, so many people's lives have been made better by Siege. So from both of us, a very heartfelt thanks to the dev team, to the publishers, to the developers who've worked on this, to the people on the esports side of things, to the streamers and content creators, but most importantly,
Intero, no.
to you watching.
He
Because
cannot
we
wear
wouldn't
fresh
be
shoes,
here
no.
without you, the community.
Yeah, I mean, it's a surreal moment to be in this historical moment, you know, a decade of Siege, and to think that we're now here with something brand new for each and every single person, whether from the beginning and to now. I mean, it is truly a heartfelt moment, not only for me, for you, and like you said, for everyone around to just be in this moment, to partake in this.
The shoes are
and
from
again,
year one.
Thank you to each and every single one of you.
And why don't you give yourself
And
here
Taro does
in
have
Atlanta
year
a round
one
of applause,
shoes,
because you've
dude.
been great so far today. I know that there was some onion cutting going on moments
that's
ago, but
crazy.
this is ultimately a celebration, and you've been spectacular so far. We are not done just yet. We do have a show match coming up. I'm excited. Are you excited?
I'm excited. Ah, okay.
I just complimented you. How are you booing me? I'm right. That's very hurtful.
Maybe weapon inspect? Oh.
I'm weapon,
Okay.
I'm weapon inspecting my cue cards. They love it. That's a cheap pop. That's a cheap pop. A lot of big updates to the core of Siege. We saw a lot of it during Dual Front, but now you'll get to see it in action in what is called Core Siege, the game that you know and love, the game that you've been playing for some of you maybe a couple months, some of you maybe a couple days, some of you maybe since the game launched in December 2015. We've decided to adopt another dev though. We had both Alex and Josh on earlier, and now we're gonna bring in our good friend Chris to talk about something else that is a little bit intriguing. It hasn't been in the game since the beginning, but it has become a fundamental part of Siege. And I am gonna put some blame on you. You're the reason why people's favorite operators aren't available in certain games. We're gonna be talking about pick and ban. While we talk about the pick and ban, let's get ready for Skittles versus Meaty Marley in our 5v5 show match. Yeah, get loud, come on, you can do better than that.
You guys rooting for Team Skittles or Team Marley? I don't know, dude.
Chris, there's something very different going on the screen right now. Care to walk us
No,
through?
no, no, look,
Yeah,
chat.
we're now seeing our
If you
newly
notice,
updated pick and ban system.
you
for
ban at the
ranked,
same time.
Siege Cup, and returning unranked.
And
So
there's an
each
extra
team will
ban.
ban one operator
See, look,
before
over here in the
each
middle of the
round,
screen.
and up to 3 operators on each side. This new system is much faster to get into the action.
I
as
think
both
they no
attack
ban the
and
rest of
defense,
it.
Ban and parallel. It also offers more strategic options when planning your next round, as you can ban with the knowledge of which site you want to defend or attack. For example, if you want to defend
Here,
basement
chat, we'll do
and chalet,
predictions.
you can ban Ram before the next round. You can also act on information you gain throughout the match. So if you notice they have a good smoke, you can take him off the table and force your opponents to switch up their
All right.
defense. We are excited to see how
Look
this
how
shakes up
good
the
the
meta.
game looks.
You can ban more.
See?
ops,
I
it's faster,
wasn't-
and you have
was
more
I-
intel
listen.
to inform your decisions.
I told you I wasn't
We have
leaving
a
you guys
specific
hanging. There was
adaptation
some
of the
really cool
system for
stuff that was,
esports
even if you
competition.
don't play
You'll see the esports version
the
of this
6v6
new pick and ban
mode.
system in action for the first time at the Reload event in May in Rio, Brazil.
It's not that
Thank you
much
very
better.
much, Chris.
Hummer,
Is
you're a
there
moron.
anything you want to add just before we say goodbye? We've unadopted you now. You're free to go. While we watch the game, is there anything about the pick and ban that you want
No,
to
that's the point, is that it actually still looks
We already went
good
over that,
and
but I will
plays
say,
good
Once again, thank you so much,
on
more
like
players.
Thank
Thank you
it
for
looks
today.
good.
Thank you for coming, the creators, the casters, our dev team. Thank you so much.
And we thank you as well. It's a joint effort. There are a lot of people who worked tirelessly for countless hours to make not just
We'll
SiegeX
see when
happen,
it
but
actually
this
comes
SiegeX
out, but
showcase.
the
Lots of
build
people
that I
behind the
played
scenes.
ran
You
well.
get to hear and see our faces, but we're not here without the other people who are operating the cameras, the mics, production, and all of that. So a heartfelt thank you to them as well.
Well, no, they just chose not to ban operators.
You're supposed to clap too. Now, one of the things that was touched on by the devs was that destructible ingredients, and we saw it immediately. Meaty Marley melee.
But you're supposed to be able to like, okay, like one team bans a defender, one bans like an attacker, and at the same time, and then the next same time. You see what I'm saying?
If you think that they might hinder you, you can get rid of them real early on. There's variations to it.
Again, it adds that core element.
It basically just makes banning faster, and you can ban one extra operator.
You can just get rid of it entirely. I love
Thank you
that
very
you are
much,
able,
Sings ad
whether
for the
you
sub,
want
for
to
the
deal with it,
2-month
or
3
you can
sub.
get rid of it right away. It
Electric
gives that
Delic for the
option,
Twitch Prime
which I
10
always
months.
can appreciate,
Lead
that it's
Spartan
not
for the
necessarily
77-month 3
forced.
sub back.
But again,
Interacting
the
with
fact
Metal
that
Detectors,
now
we are so
another
fucking
element
back.
in these maps,
Masaris
such
for the
as
sub.
Clubhouse, does
Emerald for the
change
sub.
dynamic
Riot
of
for
how
the
this map
Prime.
can be played. For me, instantly, when I think
and-
about rotating,
Oh,
you
I will
hit
also reel those
that
gifted
active
subs from
ingredient to
Sticky.
make those pipelines go off to cut
what happened
off
to my-
that rotate, whether that's an attacker, whether that's a defender
ground
doing
control?
that. It just creates another element to Siege.
Now the team's on your screen, as you can see on the bottom portion. Skittles, Eldit, Macy J, Varsity Gaming, and Yo Boy Roy
Intero
on
is starting
one
to look
side.
like
Speak
Adam
of
Chris.
Roy,
He really
you said
is.
his biceps looked a little bit smaller, but the man is carrying his team at the moment.
You know, I think he got his workout in. I think the blood's flowing in the biceps. They're filled now. I mean, he got a 2K. He just hit a frost mat, so honestly, leg day isn't looking too great. Can't lift that up unless you don't have a strong
All
core,
right,
so
so
he might
thank you
have
very
to
much,
take that
Steels,
back
for
to the
gifting
next
40
round.
gifted
But,
subs,
I mean,
won the
it was like
Sharky,
1v1.
Chico the
And
Reaper,
Varsity
Trash
clutches
Can
it
Pizza, Pearl Scarred,
He took him to the academy.
Shooter the Dad, Just Do Things,
First round on the new look of Clubhouse, by the way.
God
Clubhouse is one of the 5 maps
MSMC,
that have
Chilled
received
Cheese,
a
Zoomsies,
visual
A Haze,
update /
Jalen
visual
Wavy, Hyperion
overhaul.
Invictus,
And as Chris mentioned,
Bendal, Drac,
don't
I'm
just
Just
have
Six,
the
Mr.
pick and
McWolf,
ban at the
Squish,
start of
Misfit,
the match anymore.
Jading
You ban
Ray, and
operators
Jailed
between rounds.
Desma,
So in round number
and
1,
then 20
the
more
attackers didn't want to deal with
to
the
Angela
Valkyrie, so they
Rayleigh,
got rid of it.
Duke
The defenders didn't want to
Lasers,
deal
I
with
Love
Amonte,
Me,
and then they don't want to deal with
Sakrazani,
the Blackbeard. Hey,
Gandalf,
let me say
Michigan
this.
Knight,
This isn't an
B-Slots,
esport
Rosie,
event,
Taterson, All
but
Mighty
even the
Q,
casual community
kind
says,
of a big
we
deal,
don't want to play with shooters.
Mario,
Let's get
DJ
rid
Vet,
of them. So Blackbeard
Marku,
ban and a bandit
Romantic,
ban, and the one thing that you can lean
Jermaine
upon
G, Don
from your
Bloss,
experience
Sir
playing
Apex,
is
Bumbafoo,
a
and not
bandit ban by the
Patrick. So
attackers
if you're one of
comes
the
in
lucky 40
because you are
gifted subs,
expecting your
Test Deals,
defending opponents to go
make
to
sure
a
you thank
certain
Test
bomb
Deals in the
site.
chat
Now,
and link up your Ubisoft
Team
account,
Meaty
Twitch
Marley
account,
will
nice
go
to
down
charm to get my
basement,
in-game
where
member 6 charm. If you do
Bandit
sub to
isn't
me on Twitch,
necessarily
I think
as
they're half
critical.
off right now
Coyote tends
too
to be a stronger operator here,
with the
but
SiegeX
no
reveal.
bandit
So if you
means
sub now,
that
you get
church
half
wall
off your sub,
downstairs,
which is pretty
it's
cool.
gonna stay
And you get my charm.
intact and will require
If you gift
some
subs, they're
other
half
type
off
of denial,
too.
which, by the way, Meaty Marley his team is not bringing at all.
Yeah, and again, it creates a completely
What is
different.
this?
Oh, you know what I gotta check? Hold on.
For those
I gotta,
who are new
I
to
gotta
Rainbow
check
Six
something
Siege,
really quick.
don't do that. What is that?
Hey, it's okay to do that. This could be
I just
used
thought about
in a way that
something.
we've
Hold
never
up.
seen
Do
before.
do you think that we're about to witness a new competitive esport meta?
Absolutely.
With a triple unreinforced panel and a
people
lone mirror
reinforce-
window?
Yeah, absolutely. I've seen, you know, what haven't you seen in Siege? It's endless opportunities, abilities. I just saw 3 cap cans at the front of that door. I don't typically see that. So the fact that we're seeing a mirror on an unreinforced church wall, it makes sense. I'm going for a spawn kill here, but Ross can't get it done. But back to your point of just, you know,
Okay, and Andrew, thank you very much for this of the Mad Max. Very much appreciated.
Instead of it being at the very
One sec,
forefront of
chat.
it.
I gotta
Again,
check.
create such a different level in how you want to approach Siege, and that's always been the beautiful thing about Siege. Is you can't get too comfortable. The meta is constantly shifting, and I think we can all, agree that you need to be on your toes when you're playing Siege.
Thank you to Rolo for showing us how the weapon inspect plays in. I will say, with all the changes we've seen, the audience did seem the loudest at the weapon inspect. It has been
Rightfully so, but I gotta also
very
say,
well received.
the visual enhancements as well. Clubhouse looks absolutely beautiful.
That drywall looks like it was put up yesterday.
I think you could smell it if you were in the lobby.
I can. Smells like a new build.
This is
Which, by the way, seems like SiegeX is. Now, we both come from esports, so we're going to take some time to actually cast this like a real esport match. We'll also take some time to be a bit more casual in the way
I
we
think I
go
have this
about
downloaded.
this.
I don't
And
know.
all of these players currently competing know Clubhouse. It's one of the oldest maps. It came
Sorry,
with the
chat.
game
I was just
in
double
launch.
checking
It
something.
was the first map to receive an update, tweaking it to make it more competitive for
Well,
where Siege was at.
my
As
guess
the
is
game
with,
evolved and we
like,
got
the
more
new game mode
operators,
and stuff,
maps became harder to defend,
my guess
harder to
is
attack, and they needed
that they
some
want to attract a
refreshments.
different type of
Clubhouse
player
was the
base
first
that
map
they
to get
normally
it. There
don't
have been
attract.
a couple since Oregon, Cafe,
And that's
Chalet,
fine
etc.
because the
Varsity
regular
Game is
game
out there.
has so many
but it's
really like good upgrades.
Macy and Narco as the last 2 left. Diffuser running away, and a counter disable as Macy sweeps in.
Macy's too patient. You ain't winning that.
And he blows the doors off of the defense. Macy as well, one of the OGs, making content since the game basically first launched. There's a lot of Siege veterans and Siege royalty, if you could say that, in this lobby.
Without a doubt, and of course Macy's going to know how to play those post plants. I mean, you see his videos that he uploads. Macy does a very good job at capturing how Siege is played at a tactical mindset. He has a very, very good understanding of the ability to outplay an opponent. And again, for that post plant, easy, he gets it done. But again, seeing these bans come out, Now, the Dokkaebi makes sense. Vigil on a Clubhouse, little skeptical of that ban coming through. I think there are some operators on that list that you could get rid of that would help you on those defensive halves. But, oh wait, no, I believe that's the attacking half. That is my correction. I don't think for the attackers you really need to get rid of a Vigil on here. But again, the fact that you are now able to just get rid of these many operators throughout the game, it's a completely different look.
We are running out of time for you to get access to the Dual Front beta. So if you are just tuning in, hurry. Link your Ubisoft account with Twitch and then watch either this stream or one of our partnered streamers, and you'll gain access to the beta code after about a half hour or so. You hope that Team Meaty Marley are able to bring this one back, because typically Clubhouse is a defender-sided map. The fact that Team Skittles are already off to the races with 2 rounds is a bit abnormal for what we see out of Clubhouse. But hey, it is a show match. This is not the epitome of competitive, and most importantly, it's not an esports competition.
Well, I think it's just, when you look at Roy and you look at Varsity, he's kind of just taking him to school, and Roy's taking him to the gym. They're both educating Team Meaty Marley on some degree.
Yeah. It's a cheeky little angle that we just saw from Rolo in a spot that was popularized in esports called the Adam spot, as there was a player named Adam who at one point in time hid there as a Vigil, went undetected, and then got an ace as he came back. What on earth? Atheno capitalizing off of that. Rasco trading back as Varsity gets 1 for Team Skittles. I feel like I caster cursed this team, Gabe, as it's only Yo Boy Roy and Eldid as the last remaining. They'll plunge through the smoke of that fire extinguisher in the hallway. Marley lets the sledge of Yo Boy Roy swing by. We're not even a minute in, but
a double
blows things up
C4
with a nitro cell, and Team Meaty Marley is on the board.
There we go. Get the 2-piece with the C4 from Rolo. Again, that's going to be a TikTok clip that I'm sure she's going to upload as soon as possible.
They're all farming clips. They're all farming clips.
Okay.
Side swap has now come in, so as was discussed by Chris,
I
Gabe,
want
you
to
can touch
play.
upon,
I
when you're on
want to
attack,
play.
you ban a defender.
Correct.
When you are a defender, you ban an attacker. So gone are whether you want to remove one or the other. Now it's just locked in, you tackle it head on. Team Skittles, whatever bomb site they go to, which looks like it'll be one of the upstairs bomb sites, CCTV and cache.
This is real gameplay. Yeah, they're playing right now. Stipulation, thank you for the sub.
Not just to open up that CCTV wall, but additionally to open up the other portion of the upstairs, which would be the jacuzzi wall or the construction wall.
That's kind of cool. You can like unban operators later. Is that what that is?
Successfully, but we are also seeing that mute.
That's kind of cool, dude. I didn't even know that was a thing.
That any bit of denial on those walls is going to be warded off. But that goes into, once again, the picks and bans. The fact that it falls off on the half, that you are now seeing what the other team had to go against, what that defending side wasn't successful with, you can essentially get rid of once you get to that level and know exactly kind of the approach and how you want to play your defenses or how you want to play your attackers just based off that first half.
Bomb located by attackers.
Looking like it's going to be a pretty default setup from the side of Team Skittles. Nothing too crazy here. I am expecting Varsity to either bandit trick this wall, which I think that's what we're going to see here. We're going to bandit trick the server wall. And then the real question is, how is Team Meaty Marley going to play into this attack?
For those that are unfamiliar with Siege, and I mean, I suspect there's a few people watching who haven't had full hands-on experience with the game, when you reinforce a wall, it means that you need a specific gadget to cut through that steel reinforcement. Thermite is one of those operators. He was the one that was banned by Team Skittles. You see that Rasco, playing that ace, will have access to it. Atheno also has access to one of those gadgets.
I like it. I actually did not see that, so that's new to me.
Which prevents that hard breach gadget from going off. Varsity
redo your bans,
just
I guess,
put down
every
a new battery,
side.
destroying one of the gadgets,
But it's weird that they're banning
wasn't
one
able to get
operator. I think
both
you can
walls
ban 3.
in time. So
I don't
there
know.
is now an opening through that reinforced wall that the attackers can use to their advantage. But holes work both ways. Defenders
If
can
this
use
is
it
the
too.
case that you
And the
could
question
pick
is,
which
I mean, we
operators
have
you
a lot of
ban,
intel. We've always
bro.
stressed throughout Siege,
Oh my,
intel,
it's
intel,
one
intel,
op
and
ban
we
per
have
round.
that. Not only with the Valkyrie.
I was
but
gonna
then
say
with
I'm
the
banning
Echo. So it's a question of
Blackbeard,
they have nothing to
Montaigne,
bind
and
these
Blitz
cameras. They have
every
to be
single
vigilant of
game.
where they're planting, where
I'll
they're
never
going to
play
be
against
trying
the
to
shield
entry
again.
from, and seeing if they can find this intel where I'm going to be expecting Team Skittles to be utilizing that to the best of their ability. And we could see an engagement here happening in construction where we do see Varsity go down. He's now getting taken to the gym from Atheno.
You could
and it's
ban
not
Ace,
looking too
Maverick,
good
and
for Skittles.
Thermite.
I mean, when you're playing on
I mean,
Bandit,
there's
your
already heart
primary
breaching
job is to
gadgets
keep
though and
those
stuff like
walls
that, so I don't think that's that big of a
Varsity
deal.
did that for the most part. To die
If somebody wants to play
early, we were
Fuse
about
Shield,
halfway
they could
through
go
the
ahead.
round.
That shit's not
It's not
that
terrible.
good.
I mean, you never want to be the team to give up the first kill. Skittles does trade it back a little bit later, and then Roy will give the advantage to Skittles. They sacrificed Varsity, and I guess the rest of the team was like, now we can play a little bit better. And they very quickly turned this around. Now Skittles is on the board for this round as well. Every single player in the lobby with a kill. The team's evenly balanced to this point. And boy, oh boy, what a heady task for Rasco and Atheno. On the right side of your screen, you see our free cam showing off part of the objective, but Team Skittles is just indomitable. Macy J closing out the round again. Team Skittles had surrendered the previous round to Team Meaty Marley, but Team Skittles going back to a 2-round lead.
Again, it's that information game. They were playing beautifully with that, going for spawn peaks, running out, capitalizing
Okay,
on
so
those
each
moments
round,
as we just
it
saw in
looks
that
like
last
yeah,
Skittles
you guys are
jumps
right.
out
You
the
ban
window,
an
grabs that kill
operator
onto
each
Atheno.
round.
So again, this is
So
going to be important when you're
they
going into
banned
this ban
Thermite
phase.
the first
What
round,
is
so
your
let's see what they're
opponent
gonna ban
using that
next.
is catching you off guard. Get
Are they
rid
banning
of
another
that
breacher?
information.
Thatcher.
We aren't going to get rid of that information. So that's a little unfortunate, but to say the least for Roy, I think he's going to be a little actually, no,
Yeah, Roy's...
A banned that. So Roy is actually banning his favorite character of Castle. That's kind of a questionable choice on my end because, as we know, he loves Castle. Everyone knows he loves Castle. He makes strats with Castle, and now he's eliminating. So then it makes me question then, are they getting rid of the Castle because they know exactly that they're going to try to copy Roy's strats that we've seen through and through on all social medias?
We are very quickly
The
on
casters
match
don't understand.
point.
I haven't
With
seen
the
that.
show match, we are
That's
playing
new
by
to
the
me.
Ranked rules. So if you are new to Rainbow Six Siege, or I guess SiegeX, as we call it now, this is where the end comes for Team Meaty Marley unless they're capable of winning on attack. Again, Clubhouse is a very defender-sided map. If you play this map, the defenders should win the lion's share of rounds. Team Meaty Marley dropped the ball when they were playing as defenders. Team Skittles did not do that on their maiden voyage of defense. Will they prolong this series, or will that be it for our show match? I thought the teams were a little bit more balanced. I'm a little disappointed that Team Meaty Marley have fallen by the wayside. Marley in particular, it's his namesake. Both of his kills only coming in the first round.
I was just going to say, it looks like Team Skittles is actually playing into their setup. Where on the other end, on Meaty Marley's, we were kind of seeing, you know, a little unorthodox setup. It's not to say that unorthodox gameplay doesn't work in a game like Siege, but from what we're seeing just at the basic level, Team Skittles is definitely trying to set up properly and close it out here at a 4-1. Oh! He does catch the mirror, your boy
Finally.
Roy. He did try to do what Meaty Marley, I believe, was successful in, but couldn't get it done. To continue on, Marley is going to clear with this Nomad. No one's droning for him. This is where you need to be droning. This is key. Quick engagement.
Skittles is walling.
Puck ends up capitalizing.
Walling.
Now they're in a 5v3. This is actually
Ban
looking
him.
very good. So as you know,
Ban
I was
Skittles.
defending on Team Skittles.
You see
There
that?
we go. We see that.
You see that, chat? You see that
being
trace?
displayed
Get
right
him outta
there
here.
To block off any
Get him outta
person
here,
going
okay?
Down through those main lobby stairs. Wonderful catch from our observers. But again, this is looking good for Meaty Marley. They
Dude,
just
this
have to
ban
play
system
this
thing
man
is
advantage.
crazy.
And
I'm
these
literally
players in the
banning
lobby
3
likely
shields.
have hundreds to even thousands of hours playing on Clubhouse. None of those hours played with the indestructible ingredients. So I appreciate the fact that they're trying to use them because it wouldn't be second nature to me. I wouldn't think, oh, I need to shoot one of these fire extinguishers. Oh, I need to pop one of the pipes. I would be thinking bog standard executes. Let's do what needs to be done. But They're showing off some of the changes to Core Siege and Rasco flat.
If Macy timed that like a second, like not a second, like a little bit later, that would have been crazy.
I think, I think Marley's team heard what you're saying, that you're a little disappointed in their gameplay, and then they go into probably one of the hardest sites to try to take as an attacker. And
where's your email? All you have to do is just watch the stream for a half an hour, and you get SiegeX beta. But you can't. They're not gonna like activate it for anybody until after the reveal is over. So
going to see out of Meaty Marley and from
whenever
Team
the reveal
Skittles
is
to
over,
either help secure the game or push it even further. So now we're seeing the Bandit. I would have rather seen the Bandit come out sooner when you are on that attack, but we are seeing the Ace, so they are getting rid of 2 hard breachers and that ability of Thatcher being able to help assist with those.
I mean, I think the thing with the Bandit ban is that when you go into that second half, you don't know what bomb site it's going to be played on, right? And Bandit really isn't the strongest denial operator on that bottom floor bomb site. You like to see Mute, you like to see Kaid.
Yeah,
Sometimes
dude, Marley's
teams
been to
won't even
events
run
lately,
it
which is
denial.
really cool.
So if you ban
I love
a
Marley.
Bandit on that church
Marley
bomb
and I
site
have like a
down-
lot
or
of
on
stuff.
that, on the church bomb site down below, it's a
lot of
bit of a
similar hobbies and stuff, so
ban.
we always
Now
have
that
like a
that
really
bomb site
fun
has been
time
locked out,
whenever
they're not
we're at
gonna go
events
to it again
together.
because they, you know they're going to rotate through. You know they're going to go to one of the upstairs bomb sites. Now you can leverage that knowledge into a better
You got a code in
ban,
your
and that's
email?
exactly
Yes,
what
just
we
use the
saw.
code.
Bandit is far better
Now,
upstairs.
I think Team Skittles learned their lesson. They aren't going to play as aggressive. They have a lot of stall. They have Macy on tuber route to be able to use those tuber route canisters and to be able to slow down those hard breaches. Oh, you don't take damage in prep phase. That's actually good to know.
Ooh, yeah,
That's
you could
okay. Yeah,
blow
you
those
don't
up in
take any damage in
advance.
prep phase. That is actually, I think, farly beneficial that you don't take that damage if a teammate accidentally shoots it, punches it, whatever that is. I do enjoy seeing that.
I think it's pretty understandable that in the onset, teams will destroy those destructible ingredients early until they figure out how to use them to their advantage, right? You don't want to be in a position where suddenly a rotate is cut off for you as a defender, or suddenly there's a burst of smoke that you're not accounting for. Take care of them in the prep phase. Beautiful shot by Nugget to get rid of Macy J. Team Meaty Marley on attack, doing quite well. I guess it's just an attacker-sided clubhouse.
Now, I am curious in terms of denial. Obviously, we have many things that can deny many things across the board. Now, obviously, with those pipes, when they are destroyed, it does emit that fire. I am curious with a Zoto canister, if that does freeze up the fire, delays it, and then it will explode almost immediately after. I would love to see that if we are able to, but not sure if we will, but we will be able to test it ourselves.
These are questions that will be answered when we get greater opportunities to play the core of Siege. A reminder to everybody about getting access to that beta code. It is for Dual Front, not for the core Siege game you're seeing now. If you want to play what you're watching, you got to play regular Rainbow Six Siege at the moment. But the beta code that will give you access to SiegeX is for Dual Front. Your favorite creators will continue to stream for about an hour once we're done the official broadcast, which is in a couple minutes, frankly. Once this show match is done and we talk to the winning team, we'll be saying goodbye, and then your
I'll still be
favorite
playing
creators
as
will
well, chat.
continue to stream, and if you
We'll
watch
play
them
Dual Front
and one of
after
the
this.
partnered streamers, you can still gain access to the beta code. All you got to do is link your Ubisoft Connect and Twitch account, and you'll gain access to the beta code for Dual Front. That's available on PC and current gen consoles.
Well, Parker, I am as excited as everyone else is to get my hands on it, but what I'm even more excited is to see this engagement of the Kaid taking that engagement onto Hot Tub, and then an immediately collapse of them trying to take site. Marley does a great job taking
Marley's
over
swimming,
construction, but
dude.
Varsity once again taking Eno to school. It is on Marley for his team to keep them alive.
If Marley fails here, that's the ball game. And it's a strike down the middle from Varsity Gaming. Team Skittles will win the very first SiegeX showdown. Look at how happy he is. You can just tell how much it meant to him.
I mean, look at all of them. They're stretching. It's just another day in the office. Look at Macy. He's like, oh, look, this was easy.
I mean, show matches are for fun. We're here to showcase the new goods, but these are ultimately for fun. Teams are going to play operators that you might not see all that frequently. They're going to play operators that might not be in the meta. They're going to play bomb sites that you might not see very frequently. But we got to see in that particular map what the visual overhaul for Clubhouse looks like. We got to see the new pick ban phase in action. We got to see those destructible ingredients and
Dude,
how they
the way they set up this venue is I'm not gonna lie. This was the one event,
whether it's the audio overhaul, whether it's the
that
picks and bans across
having
the board,
now
we are
seeing
entering
this,
a new era where metas are going to be shaped and defined.
seeing
once
this
again
now,
for this.
like.
Well,
this is the one event where, like, man, I really wanted to go,
he's
but
the
it's
winner.
okay, whatever.
So why not hear from
Big
Skittles
Rocky
again?
Hawk, thank you for the Twitch sub.
We've got Patricia down on the stage. She's having a preliminary chat with him.
Hi there. I am here with with Skittles.
Well, I
and
think
Team
baby, I
Skittles.
think
Please
baby
give it
number
up one
3
more
is
time.
more important than going to the SiegeX
How are you feeling
event.
with this
so.
win?
Easy.
Toxic.
I mean, you know your way around Siege so well. 10 years, right? Yeah. Do you have any advice for people who are yet to get their hands on SiegeX?
Take everything in. It's a completely different game. There's so much to learn. As you guys all saw, there's like a whole new band system, new lighting, new sound, gun inspection. There's so much to learn now. Just take it all in.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for your time, Skittles. It's been an absolute pleasure to watch you play. Thank you. All right, guys. So I'm about to take off, about to conclude, but before I pass you down to Intero and Laxine, I just have a quick word of gratitude. I have been a part of this game for 10 years now. I can't believe it. Yeah, woo, Siege. And in that time, I have met so many incredible casters and fan artists and creators and devs and cosplayers, and it really is my honor to be a part of what is very much a global community that is Siege, right? And so I just wanted to say I'm so thrilled for you all, so thrilled to see what's coming next and how it continues to bring you all together. Thank you again, everyone. Appreciate it. Awesome. Okay.
Thank you very much, Patricia. Gratitude has been a constant theme here in
Yeah, my
SiegeX.
name's
And I gotta
Amir.
say,
I hate
it is
everybody.
really cool to see
tell you
so
something, I hate
many
everyone.
of the people who voice characters in our game show up at events. Patricia is just one of many that we have had an opportunity
Let me
to
tell you
meet
something, I don't like
at
anybody.
events
I don't like
all
him ever.
over the globe. And again, we're not here without you. Today was fantastic. I was a little bit nervous about this event because I know how much Siege means to so many people, and we knew the stakes, Gabe. But if anything, today should show how important this game is and how excited people are for the new era of SiegeX.
I mean, not even that, but just for everyone involved in the Siege community, whether new or old, this is a moment for every one of us to enjoy, to take, and to appreciate, and to just live in this moment and to carry it for the next 10 years of Siege and on SiegeX.
I mean, if it's really 10 years, I will be in my 40s, which basically in gaming years means that I am on the verge of the retirement home. But we got
He
to
wanted
see the
to say
new 66
death.
game mode Dual Front.
He definitely wanted to say, he wanted to say 1 foot in the grave. I know,
We got to see
Parker.
them in action in Core Siege in 5v5. There were lots of goodies, and we're not quite done yet.
He's actually older than
can
me, you
still
know
gain
that?
access to the Dual Front beta for the last time. My call to action to
Yep.
you. Connect your Ubisoft Connect account and Twitch. Watch
Fun
either
fact,
this
in
stream
Terror's
or
shoes,
soon to
if
be
the game lasts 10 more
partnered
years,
streamers,
we'll be
because
30
we're about
years
to wrap
old.
up, and you'll gain access to play Dual Front later today on either PC or one of the current gen systems. It has been one heck of a day, and it is a great honor to be one of the two
Venom, thank you
people
for the 26
to
month 3
take
sub back. Dairy
a
Queen, thank you for the Prime
pay
sub.
tribute to a game that has made our lives better, but has also just made our lives, period.
Yeah.
Think about where we would be if it wasn't for our involvement in Siege. You've been involved for almost a decade. I've been involved for coming on 8 years. That's crazy. So thank you to you, the community. Thank you to Ubisoft. Thank you to all who took part. Yeah. Cheer for maybe the last time.
Absolutely.
Thank you to Alienware and Blacklight, our sponsors. But before we sign off, there's one person who has had an enormous impact on this game and has, I don't want to say, breathed new life into it, but it is undeniable that his involvement, his love of the game, and his constant work on screen and off has made our game bigger than ever. He received a commendation at the 6th Invitational, our World Championship event. Who do you think it is?
King George?
Not King George.
Yo, what the?
No.
Why am I getting?
It's Jinxie. Somebody
Why am I
who
getting shade?
has breathed life, I will say it, has breathed life into this game. Jinxie has been able to put a big spotlight on everything from the casual scene, the console scene, our involvement in esports with his affiliation with Space Station. He was honored with the MVP award at our biggest event of the year in Boston just a month ago. So many people are here because of him. This game is here because of him. And before we toss to him, do you have any experiences with Jinxie? Do you have any anecdotes to share?
You know, I said this in Boston, I'll say it here. I went into Jinxie's stream when he was averaging 10 viewers, 9 viewers, and something that has always stuck with me every time I've had my interaction with Jinxie.
I agree.
Is
I
he
think
stayed
Jinxie,
to his character through and through.
Jinxie
no matter if he's at
deserves
10 viewers,
all
no matter
the
if he's
credit.
at 90,000 viewers. It is so important to just remember who you are, to stay true to who you are, and Jinxie is truly the epiphany of that.
And it's not just Jinxie himself, but the people around Jinxie. I mean, he's
Hey,
hosted
thank you, Yursi.
console creator events. He's hosted his World Cup events. He's got friends that he games with quite regularly who now themselves have a career. Some of them have homes because of this game and the money that they're able to make by highlighting our game and being a part of this community. It's not easy being a content creator.
It's not. It takes a lot. And again, I mean, for everyone involved, everyone plays a ginormous part to that, because without all of us, we all can't make this happen through and through.
Yeah, whether it's on the traditional platforms like YouTube or Twitch, or whether it's on the newer platforms, TikTok being the big one, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, there are different ways for content creators to get involved. And today, SiegeX was everywhere on social media. And the hope is that that carries forward, because it is really a new era for our game. I don't stream much these days. I don't know if you do,
I got you
but
in
it's
the
kind
game.
of
Well, thank
given
you,
me
Slane.
that itch to get back into it.
It is, and I mean, I think we can start our duo shit back up. I think we should play together
You think we should
again.
stream together again?
I think we should.
You want to be a brand risk? You think we should be brand risks when we stream?
I don't think we're ever brand risks when we stream.
No, it's always fun. The thing with you and I, and to go back to the point about community, is that through this game,
I didn't know what he thought about right there.
He
thought about his streams with me, dude.
Yeah, and it's a friendship.
I know he did, dude. I know the exact video he's thinking of.
So, thank you again to all of you. Just waiting on information regarding.
I know the video he's thinking of.
I mean, what information do we need on Jinxie? We've already. I mean, he's the face. He's that guy. He's him.
Yeah. I mean, so many people are streaming and watching this game, by the way, but I mean, like, Jinxie's, he's the king.
He is the king. He's not the King George. He's the King Jinxie.
For those that are unfamiliar with the scene, by the way, King George was, for a period of time, one of the biggest streamers. He is a world champion himself. He came from the esports scene. He still streams. Unfortunately, he's not here, which is a bit unfortunate. I would have liked to have seen him.
Sorry, Parker.
Well, it's hard to see him. He is kind of short, too.
Dude, why am I catching all this flack now?
He does.
Yeah.
I do have one. He sent me one.
What was
Did
before
Bidet
we
got
say
a
goodbye,
shout out?
What was your favorite moment of this event so far? Like, look back on all of it.
Honestly, Parker, being here from day one and seeing everything that was unveiled here, there is not one specific thing that I can say I enjoy more than the other. This is for going into a brand new era.
They mentioned
all of this
overall W.
needed to happen, needed to be added, and it's just changed the vision and what Siege has looked like for so long and continuing to do so. So to answer your question bluntly,
Oh
I
my
enjoyed
God.
everything across the
No, we do
It
this
really
all the time.
was an extraordinary day. And that's the last pun you're going to hear from us because we're all done. Thank you.
Cool
to
Bill, thank you for the
everybody
Trump 61
involved
months.
in
It's
this
cool meeting you, boss.
production.
A pleasure to
Thank
meet you as
you
well. Thank you.
for
Thank you.
watching. You can still get your beta code. So watch your favorite partnered content
up.
creators and play Dual Front later today. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for your viewership, and take care of yourselves.
Dude. No, dude. Listen, it's all jokes. I love Parker, and I love Lax. Alfie, thank you for the 3-month resub. Welcome back. I got a message Parker or something. Alright! Guess what? If you guys keep watching and you don't have the beta yet, you can get into it. And guess what?